Thanks to
Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. Salute to everybody in the chat. We decided that we were going to come here and do a little boxing content. We know it's the playoffs, but we want to make sure that we're present today. So maybe we'll do just an hour or so, get y'all back to the playoffs. We definitely don't want y'all to stop. We want y'all to do y'all thing with the playoffs and all that. So we just want to talk a little boxing real quick. Again, maybe an hour or so, depending on how it goes, and then we go from there. Jay, what do you think about that, man?
I'm with that, man. I'm with that, man. I know a lot of people with the NFL playoffs, and this one here is like almost in the fourth quarter should be, and then they got another one coming up. So, and boxing ain't been kind of slow, so I know where people are at right now.
Man, boxing been hella slow, man.
Good.
Who playing right now?
But it was some boxing yesterday at least. So right now it's Jacksonville and Buffalo.
Okay, all right. I don't follow NFL at all, so I don't know what's going on, when, how, and whatever. But yeah, man. Let's jump into it, man. What we want to? Well, first, let's welcome those of you who are in the chat right now. We got the pal. It's like I said, it's not a lot of people here today. It's only 12 people, so it is what it is. Yeah, I knew it was gonna be like this. But we got Talib Cunningham, Skillmatic, all things in the building. Al the pal, excuse me, is in the building.
We appreciate y'all rocking with us, though. We appreciate that.
For sure. So Jay, let's go ahead and jump into the topics, man, and we'll see how it all goes, and we'll go from there. What's the first thing you want to cover?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get on what happened last night a little bit.
Yeah, some people are later to the. We trying to tweak things, like I mentioned before. There's things that are moving in our lives right now that is making it more challenging. Without getting into details, I've already told you about the job change, but there's things that are happening that makes it a little bit more like we got to figure out what the new norm is. Is that a fair? Yeah, that's fair. We got to figure out what the new norm is. And so I don't know, our lives may not be on Sunday anymore. Maybe we need to do it at a different time. We got to figure out what works better for where we're transitioning to. Because again, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I don't hate I don't like to sound like this is braggadocious, Jay, but we getting money. Other content creators just getting by, dog. So the reason why they're present every day is because this is how they get by. And so there's other things that we currently are doing, and I'm trying to figure out, and I know you're trying to figure out how we fit it all in together and make it
work.
Poor child said, "Who told you to get another job?" Hey, man.
Yeah.
Like again,
he got kids to feed.
Yeah, and we're ramping. I'm ramping up in this new job, and so once I get ramped, things will be different. But right now, it's a lot, man. It's a lot going on. So anyway, Jay, what do you want to talk about today?
Let's talk about 140, 140-pound division. Since we got a few fights coming up soon. It was a fight last night with the 140-pound boogeyman, and he got exposed again and stopped. And I'm talking about Subriel Matías getting stopped by Dalton Smith in round 5. Which most people, I'd ask people in Discord yesterday, like, what y'all think about the fight? Most people like, yeah, they see Matias winning by stoppage. Some say a brutal stoppage. I didn't disagree with that. I was like, yeah, because I didn't know too much about Dalton Smith. But if you watch the fight, Dalton Smith came with it. He came and he beat Matias at his own game. Hurt Matias in the end of round 4. And Matias never was back on steady legs, although he was throwing some punches. Got caught with 3 straight rights. Put him down. Some people say it was a little bit of early stoppage. Matias had no legs at that point. He had no legs, so I think it was a good stoppage because he would have got seriously injured. Now, I don't know if they had a rematch clause in that or not for Matias, but it is what it is. So now we're looking at 140 as, Eddie said that Dalton Smith could get the winner of Teofimo Lopez and Shakur, or Richardson Hitchinson probably. Whenever Richardson Hitchinson decided to fight somebody because he was bickering with Frank Martin, Frank said, "Hey, send the information to me." That fell off. Then here's what he was going at with someone else. That fell off. I don't know what's going on with your boy Africa, but either way, 140 is cracking a little bit.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at it right now. I didn't get the opportunity to watch the fight last night, as you know, and so I'm going through it myself a little bit right now. I'm just watching it, but I've never been all that high on Matias. I never really understood why he was a quote unquote boogeyman. So it's not surprising to me that he lost out. Huh?
Because he had 18 fights, 18 knockouts or something like that before he lost to who did he lose to? It wasn't Puello, was it? Forgot who he lost to.
I can't remember who he lost to either, but I never let me see Matias.
In the fight last night, you realize Matias also his defense is using his face. He didn't get his head off the center line. He just kept getting hit by that straight right most of the time by Dalton Smith.
Liam Paro is who he lost to, and then he lost
to Paro was the one that whipped him.
And Nanyan. So yeah,
exactly $500,000. Matias thinks he can just walk through every punch. And he tried that last night, which was last, but bruh, after watching the first round, second round, he turned on a little bit, and I was like, okay, Smith started grabbing him. He'll punch, jab, hook, cross, grab.
Smith got a nice little sharp jab though.
Yeah. The jab was getting him. And wait till you see that right cross. That cross was tagging Matias. Matias started feeling it. It was accumulation.
Matias. He was sticking him in the. This is the first round.
Yeah. They were going at it. They started going at it, and I was like, I wasn't sure if Smith was made of what Smith was made of, but he showed that he was tough. I said in the Discord, I think it was round 3 or 5. Like, Smith is tough, man. He's taking some shots and giving it too. But in round 4, at the end of round 4, he caught Matias, and Matias did a stanky leg. Then round 5, Matias tried to overcome that stanky leg and got put down.
Matias needs some of these skills that I got, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, stop, bro.
I would have called a lot of. Man, I was highly skilled, homie. Don't even try to play me, boy. You know what I'm saying?
Highly what?
Highly skilled in the ring, boy. You better recognize game from the gangster. Things will remain the same until I change them. Recognize. Man, my hands up to date, bruh. You better recognize.
Hey, HLD1. Yeah, I just saw that he said they haven't re-signed Hitchison yet. You know, I'm just tired of all the politics and boxing and all this stuff going on that's stopping fighters from having their fights. And I'm tired of fighters doing all this bickering with all these different fighters on Twitter, knowing damn well they ain't fighting that person. Keyshawn did the same thing. Keyshawn's talking about, put me in next against Devin before he had signed to fight Jermaine Ortiz. When he says like, I knew I was fighting Jermaine Ortiz anyway. Then why are you talking about Devin at 147? You know, I'm just tired of fighters doing stuff like that on Twitter, man. Just if you ain't gonna fight him, then just don't talk about it, man.
He just want people to know that he's interested in Devin, but that's a part of marketing and promoting yourself, man. Tying yourself to a fighter who has a bigger name and more cachet than you. I mean, that's been the deal for a long time, huh?
He exposed that on Cigar Talk earlier last year when he was talking about before his fight with De Los Santos. He was like, "Yeah, I was 8-0. I was calling Devin. I knew I wasn't ready. But I had to do it." So he already exposed his game. He exposed the game early on. So how do you think that you're ready now that you had 4 other fights and you still ain't fought nobody?
Yeah, but for me, dog, I prefer that over a guy that tries to pretend that he's not doing that and then go to Twitter and continuously gives himself self affirmation in terms of his career, who he is as a person, etc. I'm the type of person that I'm like people who are unapologetically transparent. And like myself, I would just simply say F you if you don't like it. Because that's who I am. I'm unapologetically transparent. I am who I am. I have my flaws. Some things about me you'll like, some things about me you will not like. But regardless, you got to be your authentic self. And I think that's part of the reason why there's a specific group of boxers who are not their authentic selves. And that is why certain fans have not gravitated towards those boxers. I ain't gonna say no names, but one guy is retired.
Yeah, let's just not say no names, man. I want to keep it without that name being mentioned.
I ain't gonna say no names, but one person is always on Twitter with self-affirmation like a teenage girl.
That could be a couple of them doing that though. That's a few of them that do that.
But there's one that's notorious for it. You know, I don't get personal unless it's in the Discord. I explain certain things in the Discord that I wouldn't necessarily say on here. But some of this stuff is just like, come on, man. If you believe that you are all these things, bro, then just go out and prove it. Just go and show us. Not, my destiny is clear. I have clarity now. Things are transparent. My life will be good. Man, come on, man. Come on, dog. Like, I hate that, bro. And I prefer Keyshawn with his transparency and saying, hey, man, I was just talking. I knew I wasn't. I knew it. I knew I wasn't ready for him right now. I prefer that. You know what I'm saying?
But he flip-flopped with that too. Now all of a sudden you ready for him 5 fights later because you fought Dennis?
You just hate Keyshawn. You hate Keyshawn. And I got a problem with that.
You hate Keyshawn.
You do hate Keyshawn. I got a problem with that. Keyshawn is my favorite out of all that.
The problem in. Fix your problem in. Do something about it.
Who gonna do something about it?
Exactly. You ain't gonna do shit. I got a problem with it. You ain't got. Yeah, you said you got a problem with it.
Oh,
Fix
you mean do something about you?
Do something about it. Fix the problem then.
Because I'm hosting. Get your ass.
Think about it. You about to cut me off.
But no, I mean, you know damn well I ain't about to boot you out of here. But no, I got a problem with you having a problem with Keyshawn though, because he is by far the best personality over there in that group of people who will remain.
I give you that. Absolutely. I don't disagree with that.
Came back and apologized for what he did with his brothers against the Albrights. It's been more transparent and lucid than anybody in that group. You know, we've been spared to a certain extent. Now, I ain't gonna say no names, Jay, but there's a certain fighter that a lot of people are saying that is highly skilled, has an extremely high IQ, and he fights this month. And I'm not gonna say no names, but if this fighter ever loses, I'm gonna attribute his loss to his big brother's loss too. I ain't gonna say no names, but somebody who is currently, hold on, let me look it up because I ain't even sure. Let me look it up.
Associated with the entire group. The entire group take the L.
The entire group gonna take the L. Somebody who is currently 42-0 and retired, if his little brother lose, I'm gonna say it's his loss too. And on top of that, this individual doesn't have as many undisputeds as people think. Because technically, one of those undisputeds was not really truly sanctioned because he didn't pay the sanction fees. I ain't saying no name, bro. I'm just saying.
Hey, I'm a block Pork Chop, man. He talking about Indiana about to handle me. I'm gonna block him.
I don't know, man. They looking tough, boy. But if anybody can beat them, it's Miami, because Miami got that line of scrimmage. That defensive line, that offensive line is pure, unadulterated hell. And I hate to admit that with every fiber of my being.
I know it hurt you to say it. I know it hurt you to say it. I know it
hate
did.
Miami. Hate these punk ass Miami. Yeah.
We appreciate it. I appreciate you at least, admitting to it.
There is no we. We implies that you are part of them. You are not a part of them.
J09, man, shut up. J0908 says, I hope Shakur knocked T.O. racist ass out. I'm not mad at that, but I don't believe in Shakur knocking anybody out unless it's Patley.
Even Shakur says T.O.'s not a racist. I don't know T.O. I hope he's not a racist. I suspect that he's not.
Well, he played one on TV, goddamn it.
Well, and I'll say this too. If T.O.'s a racist, why is it that you guys, the boxers, allow for him to say the N-word? Because he was saying the N-word like all the time before. Y'all didn't have a problem with that. So how all of a sudden he racist? That's my thing. I don't want to hear that.
That's what my biggest issue with T.O. What he did on the outside of the ring. That's why I was mad at Bud for not jacking him up, letting him off the hook.
Man, that boy know what time it is, man. That boy know what time it is when it comes to T.O. Boy, T.O. a beast. Man, T.O.
the actor. It's different ways of selling a fight. You can sell a fight in so many different ways of doing that. You don't have to go that route.
I wouldn't go that route, but that's just me. But I'm gonna tell you something. T.O. gonna get so outclassed in this fight, man. It just makes me sick. I hate it because and this is the thing that I don't like about Shakur. This is the other thing. Oh my God, I'm gonna become such a mega star. The road is there. The stars are aligning. I smell fresh linen in the air. I feel positive. Man, you already know, and you have admitted that stylistically, this guy matches up favorable to you. And that's the reason primarily why you want to fight him. He got a big name. He's been, he's never been undisputed. But he's won titles at multiple weight classes, and he is perfect for you stylistically. And that's why this is the thing that is like, yo, man, why we gotta say when, hey man, we got people that like don't like to admit that there's something that exists, and it's dang boy, Matias getting caught. There are things that exist that, hey, this is your favorite fighter, you like him, but there's also a bit of strategy as it relates to how they're moving that they learned from Top Rank, and that is matchups and names. That's how you build a reputation. That's how you build your status. Matchups. Get the right matchup with the right name.
Yep.
And
that's similar to what we were talking to earlier offline.
Yeah, that crew has successfully done that. So there's nothing wrong with being able to say that Shakur is a really good fighter.
He is.
This other guy's a really good fighter. Yet they also participate in favorable matchups that stylistically move them in the direction that they want to move, put them in the best position to grow their brand. Those things are true. But when you say it, they act like, oh my God, you're a hater. No, I'm not a hater. I'm just keeping it real. Is that not? And I know this is kind of off topic because I don't even know if this is part of our topic. But these are the things that just annoys me, man. Gregory Quattlebaum hits with the $5. Hey, Mr. Greg, how are you, sir? Salute, Greg and Jason. How have you both been? Sorry I didn't get back after the Bud Canelo fight. I'll catch y'all later. Appreciate it, man. We've been busy, extremely busy, but well, and trying to find our groove in 2026, which is very important for the channel.
Yeah.
Jay, you were about to say something.
Hold up. Pork Chop said that he got T.O. for the upset.
Oh man, he's smoking rocks.
But I thought Pork Chop was hold up. He gonna get dismissed by his brothers.
Nah. I don't think he's more so Crawford. I can't ever recall him being like. I think he's Shakur as it relates to Tank, but I have never heard him be like the real nut tugger, like nut.
Oh, like Brazil.
Yeah. Our UK brother in nut tugging.
Yeah,
him.
He milking cows over there.
hey, what ball in each hand?
He doing the 6'7".
That feel good, bud. That feel good.
Oh anyway. Man, number love for you, Fabrizio. We still got love for you, man.
I mean, good God, though, man. Goodness, man. He
is
terrible.
You got to come up for air sometime.
But you were about to say something else about oh damn, the fight already over?
Yeah, on the last one went 5 rounds. Exactly, too. Said he be Johnson bouncing harder than anyone else.
I'm talking about with you can hear his cheeks clapping when he Johnson bouncing. God,
he bad with it too.
But
he great.
we not even on track, man. I don't even think we even talked about the topic yet.
No, wasn't on track.
No, man, we just talking stupidness. Okay, let's get on track. Hold on, let me see Matias get knocked out first.
It's gonna be 3 straight
Matias! Oh, man, Matias came in there with a flat top, walked out with a fade, a ball fade. knocked all that.
Hey,
damn.
I think he shit himself after one of them rights to the chin, though, bro. That
damn, Matias.
Yeah, man. His defense was not there. The defense was not there, bro.
Man, I thought
Dalton took some. Don't get me wrong. Dalton took some punches his goddamn self, though. He took some shots himself. I was like, oh shit. Like I thought for sure he was gonna go down. He was hurt sometimes, but he was smart. He used boxing and grabbed him when he needed to. Matias just kept going through like he was gonna walk through anything, but nah.
Man, Matias is ass juice. Oh, right. Oh, again.
One more time. 3 times. I told you. Salute, Mark. Who else in here?
Oh, damn, Matias. Bum.
Yeah, Matias, the boogeyman gone, man. At 140, boogeyman gone. Devin's like, man, I can't stand cheating. Glad he lost, pretty much.
Let's go there. Let's go there, man. Because according to Devin Haney, Ostarine makes you a absolute boogeyman. Now, he didn't have over, quote unquote, the threshold. But why did Matias look so strong and powerful? As a matter of fact, he looked tired just like Ryan did. Lethargic. Ostarine is not it's not even a steroid. It's a God, I've lost the term for it. But it's not a steroid. Let's see. Let's ask AI. Would you use Ostarine?
Yeah, that was the funny thing about it.
Wanted to cheat.
Won't make Matias any stronger.
Why not? He looked like ass. Ostarine is not what. All you got to do is go talk to any kind of bodybuilder, and they'll tell you, okay, this is what AI had to say. Short answer, no. And even if someone wanted to cheat, Ostarine would be a bad choice for boxing. Here's the breakdown from a boxing-specific lens, not gym bro hype. What Ostarine is a SARM, that's the word I was looking for, designed to preserve or add lean muscle with fewer androgenic side effects than traditional steroids. It's often marketed as a mild and low risk. The reputation is exactly why people misunderstand it. Why Ostarine does not make sense for boxing. Boxing isn't a hypertrophy sport. Boxing performance is driven by cardio efficiency, neurological sharpness, reaction time, weight management, and durability over round. Ostarine primary benefit is lean mass retention, not explosiveness, fast twitch power, VO2 max, or reflex speed. In boxing, extra muscle is also a liability, not an edge.
Yeah, I tell you one thing. It didn't make Dalton put his hand down though. He was able to keep his hand up for the most part.
He sucks. I'm trying to tell you, Ryan Garcia stylistically doesn't match up well with Devin Haney. Devin Haney is gonna. I think Devin's gonna always have problems with him. It's a matchup. It's a stylistic matchup, which is the issue, in my humble opinion.
It could be a stylistic matchup, but all Devin do, he keep his hand up, he wins that fight because you don't get clipped, don't get dropped. He outboxes Ryan any day of the week for me. He keeps that hand up, doesn't get hit with that hook, he wins the fight. He just want to keep his damn hand up. He believed everything that people said about him, that he was just pretty much like he's going to just walk through Ryan and take Ryan up out of there because Ryan wasn't training, Ryan wasn't doing this. Yeah, Ryan came in overweight. Yeah, Devin killed himself to make 140. Let me know that he shouldn't have been at 140 anyway. But all Devin had to do is keep his hand up. That's it. Keep the hand up, he wins the fight.
Yeah, that's my thing, man. It's like, I hate a cheat. Yeah, Ostarine. Ooh. So hold on. So this guy actually still passed the test, even though he had a level of Ostarine in the system. Yet you're still saying that he a cheat, even though he ended up still passing the test associated with the boxing match. So how is it then that he's a cheat? He had below the minimum threshold. So how is he a cheat? Like, they all over the place. Dog, context matters. It does. No matter, context and nuance matters. And context and nuance, also your understanding of context and nuance, also, in my personal opinion, shows your level of intelligence. And when you tell me that you cannot decipher or delineate between, this and this, even though they are the same, that tells me that you are a relatively low IQ individual or will perform relatively poor on an IQ. Man, they look the same to me. They're the same. What's a SARM? What's a SARM? That's a steroid. I mean, they say it's illegal, so you cheated. It gave you, man, that's why you was able to beat them. Not even knowing how the damn drug even works. Don't even take the time to figure out how the drug works. I hate people like that, man. I hate it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Just watching the fight, I didn't see what cost Devin the fight was his lack of ability of keeping his hand up. That's on him.
No, is that and being used to not being able to get hit from range. That.
Yeah.
Because usually he can get
and I want him to get rid of Ryan. I want him to destroy Ryan, get Ryan up out of boxing. Because that's another one that's along the lines of T.O. Yeah, I know it was mental issues and all that stuff there. He was on this and that, but I don't want to hear that BS for that.
Let me address something, because I am not making excuses for drug cheats. What I am doing is delineating between how somebody could have been contaminated and why someone wouldn't have actually taken that particular drug in order to cheat. It makes no sense.
Yeah, and what does Tank got to do? He's talking about Tank Maniac still crying over Devin. What are you talking about?
Like, this is what I'm talking about. Like they don't want us to be able to triangulate. Hold on. It's just he has something in his system. He cheated, and that's where we gotta draw the line. That's what it has to mean.
Yeah, he said he deserved suspension.
No, not because you deserved a suspension because you are responsible for what's in your body, but not. Hold on. Why would you take? It's like this. Why would you put oil in your gas tank? It makes no sense. Even though, like, you get disqualified from some race that you might have put oil in your gas tank because whatever the reason is, why would you, like, something has to make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you put diesel fuel in a regular car? More than likely there was an accident there or something happened that wasn't supposed to happen. Not that it was intentional. Now, you still should get suspended because technically you broke the rules. But man, come on, dog. Like, can we have some nuance?
Yeah. It's just Devin pissed me off. I want him to end Ryan.
What facts? What facts? $1.99 from Pork Chop. What facts am I leaving out? What facts? What facts?
I'm quite sure he'll give you facts.
What facts? What facts am I leaving out? I literally read what AI said in terms of Ostarine. I read what the AI said. So what facts am I leaving out? We already know that he came in over the threshold. We know that he didn't look. He looked tired. What am I leaving out? The fuck are we talking about?
He said open line. When we open the line, I'm quite sure you'll be the first to call in, Pork Chop.
Yeah, we're gonna open the line, man. Let you spit a bunch of nonsense. We're gonna open the line and let you spit a bunch of foolishness.
Yeah. I mean, the Ostarine is one thing. Brian got suspended, rightfully so. Neither one of us had said that he shouldn't have been suspended. We're saying what Devin should have did to take care of that fight, though. And he still damn near won the fight, even getting dropped that many times. So he just keep his hand up, man. Keep the hand up.
Man, keep your hand up, bro. That's all you gotta do.
That's all you gotta do. And we gave him credit. Went for his fight against Norman Jr. He handled Norman Jr., dropped Norman Jr. in the second round, and coasted for the rest of the fight. He didn't press the issue, try to get Norman up out of that neither.
Hey, HDL once said, "Greg, we need a critical thinking PED for some." I don't know if you mean
some of these folks.
PhD, for some of these folks to understand delineation, let alone to understand 2 + 2 = 4. Ooh. It's not that hard, man. You don't even have to be that intelligent.
Yeah.
Y'all see Jason understand it? Shit.
Yeah, look away. Look away. You don't get nothing past me, homie. I know you for too many decades. I know you. I know your style.
I wasn't trying to get it past you.
I'll wait for the gut player. Like, yo, he gonna try to do it. He gonna try to sneak it in there.
Hey, man. Is there anything else we want to talk about as it relates to this?
Yeah, nah. Just want to see what he got to do next at 147. Yeah, I do want to see what Dev does next at 147, though. I mean, I give Dev credit. We always giving Dev credit for his resume and his ability and trying to fight everybody. We've always given him credit for that. And now he's not being able to get some of the fights. Lewis Crocker said not Lewis Crocker, but Eddie said no to that. He's trying to protect them from Dev. Rolly saying that he don't want to fight him. So Dev can't get the belt. So we'll see what he does next. He shouldn't go to 154. I don't think he should do that, though. I think he should stay at 147. What you think?
I don't disagree. Nah, he should stay at 147. I think.
When you said
I think Rolly probably knows that. I think what Rolly doesn't like about Devin is that he's going to constantly move.
Mm-hmm.
And I think because he knows Devin's going to do a lot of movement, he just doesn't want to deal with it. So, I think that's the issue. So, but I would like to see that fight. But yeah, Devin. Again, Devin, great performance against Brian Norman Jr. Devin still got to show me that he can handle somebody at his size that can hit him from range. That has power. If you have power and can hit Devin at range, I want to see what he does. You know, and not somebody who's clearly slow-footed and suck. You know, somebody that can actually hit him from range. What else we got, bro?
Yeah, what else is on the docket, man?
Oh, man. Before we go there, I would like to ask you guys who are currently here, 70 people, smash the like button or the dislike button if you don't like the content, but make sure that you are engaging with the content. That is always helpful for Jason and I. Ain't that right, Jay?
Hey, I'm laughing at this comment by Eden, talking about two clowns that talk about PEDs and don't understand that you always have to trade in any fight. And if the opponent is on something, then it will more than likely make a difference. Fuck out of here. So that made Devin keep his hand down. Man, shut up.
Who said that?
Eden B1P.
Eden. you clearly intellectually challenged individual. I've already read off exactly what this drug supposedly does. It allows you to maintain lean muscle mass. That's all it does. And it is not a drug. Number one, that's number one. Number two, it is not even clinically proven to do that. It is what is believed it can do. If you actually do some research, it's a SARMs, and it's a drug that did not pass stage 2 clinical trials, which means that they could not prove that it actually had the effect that they were hoping that it did. But because it is believed that it could possibly have that effect, it is banned. So there is nuance in everything, bruh. Just because in your mind something is illegal and it's in their system, therefore it must have an impact, doesn't mean it has the impact that you obviously believe that it has, and you don't have the ability to actually delineate between what is and isn't. But that's your issue. Okay.
Yeah.
Now
HRD boy even said it earlier. You know, he said Ostarine is trash, a fake snake oil PED that got dropped from clinical trials for lack of efficacy in 2013, 5 years after it was placed on the water ban list in 2008.
Yes, correct. That is 100% correct. And if you clearly, whoever you were just reading off that from, clearly they've done research. I actually mentioned that when it first came out that it had not passed clinical trials. We do not even know if it actually does what they say it does because it couldn't pass clinical trials. People in the fitness industry would tell you no one would take this in order to try to cheat in boxing. There are way better drugs that you would take in order to cheat in boxing. Why would you take this? Damn it, man. Like, it's just clear understanding.
Craziness, bro.
Like Jay, if there are 5 different things that would give you much better energy during the day, why would you take the 6th one? I don't get it.
Bruh, this is wild to me.
Easier to mask. How the fuck is it easier to mask? How is it easier to mask?
We both picked Devin to win the fight. I wanted Devin to destroy Ryan and get Ryan up out of boxing. So this ain't no Devin Haney hate. We were the ones that were supporting Devin when Devin fought Loma and say he actually beat Loma in a close fight. We got destroyed. People coming out, y'all don't know boxing. Da. Now it's something with Devin Haney haters.
So I just asked AI. No, SARMs like Ostarine are not easier to hide than traditional antibiotic steroids. In many testing programs, they're actually easier to catch. Why people think SARMs are easier to mask? This belief comes from marketing and gym lore, not science. SARMs were initially less common, fewer people understood testing. They're taken in smaller milligram doses. They don't cause obvious steroid look side effects. None of that matters to modern anti-doping testing. This is what this is saying. Fucking morons. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. You're not a moron. You're just someone who wants to believe in Devin Haney and all the narratives and bullshit that he puts out there. That's what you are.
Stop being a hater, Greg. Stop being a hater.
This is not what I heard. This is what I researched, fam. I'm not like you. I have original, authentic thoughts. I went to college. That's what we were trained to do. Have original thought. I don't follow what anybody else says. As a matter of fact, mostly everything that I come up with is unique because it's generated in my mind. We don't even watch other people's content for that specific reason. Fuck you talking about? Get out of here, man. You ain't said shit that makes sense yet. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. You just talking, bro. I ain't even paying no more attention to you.
Hey, we got a super chat.
Yeah. Tunnel Vision, hit it with the $5. It is one of the easiest to detect, but you need a lot for it to even work. It hasn't even been proven to work, bro. It failed clinical trials. It hasn't even been proven to work. So anyway, man,
Barbara D, what's up?
That felt good getting that off my chest. This felt like a Friday evening.
Got mad a little bit, got angry a little bit, didn't you? Felt good.
I got to give Hannibal some credit, man. His stupidity got me going. Oh man. Oh shit.
What else we got on the docket, man? Well, you just want to open the phone lines up.
Yeah, man. Let me go ahead and get the phone lines open, man. Blue Eye Soul, get us with the $4.99. Didn't want to get sued. Damn.
Yeah, he did say that. He did say that.
That's BS.
Yeah, it's BS. Rolly want the Pacquiao fight. He want to get paid, but the Mando said, "Nah, I ain't doing no more step aside money. I want the fight." So Rolly got a decision to make. Either they gonna strip him or he gonna do his Mando. It's gonna have to be one of the two.
To AM Sports Media, Tim Bradley, Desert Storm in the building.
There is one other participant in the conference.
Oh yeah. We got a buster in the building. Player hating busters in the building. How are you, sir?
Man, I ain't gotta know myself. Y'all already know who it is, man.
That's why I said a player hating buster.
Listen. You did come on here. You was on your Devin Haney a little bit because you go from this fight that we just watched last night to some 2 years ago that ain't nobody thinking about no more. But I understand you gotta get it out of the system. Go ahead. I ain't got no dog in that fight. But what I'm saying is that you leaving out the facts is Subriel Matías situation and Ryan Garcia's situation not the same. They pop for the same drug. I don't care. I ain't worried about whether it's proven to work or not. It's illegal. It's on the list of banned substances, so you can't have it in your system. Now, VADA tested him, and they the ones that released that he tested positive for Ostarine.
Okay.
Right. Only the VADA and WADA, basically the same thing. VADA transport the test. WADA tested, actually do the testing. Okay. So
I don't think WADA does testing.
WBC gotta know WADA actually does the testing. VADA is just it administers the test basically. VADA the one that comes see you and collects the samples, and it goes to WADA. WADA does the test.
Let's see. Because I always thought WADA didn't do testing. They just did the WADA does not do testing. That's wrong. That's false. They're the rule setters. Exactly what I thought. They're the rule setters. They do not do testing.
Hold on, Greg. I hear you. I know the hate trying to get up out of it, but let me finish. So I think he tested positive. Then I don't know if they requested that confirmation. But I think what happened was VADA, I think they sent them the actual amount. Because WBC claimed that it's within their threshold. So obviously WBC got the amount that he tested for. That's why they let the fight go on, because he was within their threshold. Now, what was reported by your boy Dan Raphael when it comes to the Ryan situation was that he was 60 times the limit. So he didn't fall.
I said that.
Threshold.
I said that.
Now, so that's what I'm saying. That's the difference in what's going on here. The amounts wasn't the same, my guy. But
I literally said that. I literally said that.
It wasn't the same though.
I literally said that.
You're beating your chest like,
what are you talking about? That's literally what I said.
I don't like Devin either. I understand it. I'm not a big fan of Devin either, but we gotta have, like you said, some nuance here. We gotta have all the facts. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I said that. I said, how is it that Devin is getting upset and calling this guy a cheater when he actually came in under the threshold? Therefore, he's not a cheater, which means I acknowledge the fact that there was a difference in levels.
You test positive. I mean, sure, he could maybe WBC thought he could prove that this was a case of contamination. But at the same time, you pop. Ain't nobody trying to find out if Janabek, how much was in his system. Don't nobody give a fuck. I ain't heard nobody on here say nothing about that.
Why did you bring it up? You brought up how much in their system.
No.
What are you talking about? You the one who just brought that up. You brought up Ryan. You brought up Ryan saying he had 6 times the level and that he came up under the limit. You brought that up, not us.
But you the one trying to equate Subriel Matías testing positive to Ryan Garcia testing positive.
I didn't. I didn't.
Only thing they got in common. Hold on. Only thing they got in common is the drug.
No, I did not equate the two things together. No, I did not equate them. I did not. I specifically delineated between the two.
So what? Hold on. What was the point of you bringing up the Ryan shit?
I brought up the Ryan shit in reference to Devin Haney. How the fuck can Devin Haney make a comment that this guy cheated?
That's why I said. So why I get you trying to throw your stone and hide your hands. I get it.
What are you talking about?
But I'm saying it's two different situations. It don't correlate because one.
Okay. Let's hold there. So it's two different situations. It doesn't correlate. Exactly. Why the fuck is Devin Haney calling the man a cheater?
You popped, my guy.
No. I'm talking about Subriel Matías.
Hold on.
You called Matilda. You just said that they don't equate, so you can't compare him as a cheater.
He popped dirty. He tested positive. What I said was it falls into the WBC threshold, not VADA,
so what?
Not WADA, not nobody else threshold. So maybe they figured it could be a case for contamination, but he ain't proved that it was contamination. They ain't put out no statement saying he proved that his supplements was contaminated. Maybe maybe there's reasonable doubt. But right now, he the same as Janabek and the rest of them niggas that pop. Stop trying to throw this nigga bail because you don't like Devin Haney, man.
How?
Stop it.
How?
Stop. He is a cheater. Right now, he considered a cheater.
So a person is a cheater
until he proved his samples. Hold on. If he proved that his supplements was contaminated, then that's fine.
This is what I'm talking about with the nuance.
You got to do the work.
So hold on. Let's make sure I'm clear. Let me make sure I'm clear.
Is you going to throw Janabek? Hold on. Is you going to throw Janabek the same bell? Because I ain't heard from you about Janabek.
So let me understand something. If they find something in your system, yet it falls below the threshold, you are a cheater. Is that's what you're saying?
You will be a cheater until you prove otherwise. You popped.
But hold on. Okay.
It's now you to prove your innocence.
Hold on. Let's pause. Hold
on. If I catch you, if I catch you in the room with somebody, they dead. You got the knife in your hand. You got blood on your hand. It's up to you to prove that you ain't do this.
Talk. Okay. Let me talk now.
The police gonna do their investigation, but it falls on you mostly though.
Dude, let me talk. Now let me talk. Let me talk.
That his stuff was contaminated.
Let me talk. What you're using is ridiculous.
Go ahead.
What you're using is ridiculous. If you murder somebody, that's clear cut. If the rules say that you can have a certain amount in your system, then it is not cheating. The fuck are you talking? Do you know how many fighters? Hold on. Do you know? Hold on, bro. Hold on. No. Because we don't know.
What are you talking about?
Dude, again, let me finish.
You took that shit.
So how many fighters do we know that their testing came back that they had X amount of something that shouldn't have been in their system, but it didn't go over the threshold? So if you telling me that Terrence Crawford, if we go back and look at every one of Terrence Crawford's tests, that means he has 0 of nothing that is illegal in testing, and that it didn't just go over something. Because I'm gonna tell you something. When you talk about marijuana, let's talk about marijuana.
VADA, that's why I pointed out that VADA doesn't have a threshold. It's either you pop or you don't. That's why I differentiated it earlier. WBC has an actual threshold.
I don't believe
or negative.
I don't believe that that's the case.
So you don't believe it? Okay, then that's subjective. Then
let me tell you why, dude. You just keep running off and talking, and you don't give other people the chance to disprove what you're saying. So when they were talking about 6 times the limit, who was the 6 times the limit? Because that was coming from, God bless his soul. What was the gentleman's name that just passed away?
Nah, that came from Dan. No. You could check his tweets right now. Dan put that.
I saw Conti saying that
60 times.
I saw Conti saying
that's part of the conversation, though.
it was 60 times, 6 times, whatever. The point being that was put out there, and it was said it was 60 times the limit for VADA. So now I'm going to look up VADA and see if VADA has thresholds, because as I've always understood, their testing is not absolute. There are thresholds with everything. So let's look that up, because you're throwing a lot of shit out there and trying to use that as I'm about to look it up. I'm about to look it up. These are easy things.
And I saw this come from Dan. I ain't see this come from content.
Okay,
so
let's
Dan
see.
Dan was covering that when it went down.
Let's see. Does VADA have thresholds when it comes to testing for any of these drugs, or is it absolute? Let's see. So VADA testing is effectively absolute for most PEDs, not threshold-based, but enforcement and consequences happen outside of VADA. So how VADA actually works, VADA follows the WADA prohibited list. VADA does not invent its own rules. It uses WADA. So let's see if WADA has that.
Appreciate it. Super chat, Barbara D. $5. Appreciate that.
WADA, who actually establishes all of the testing, does have hold on.
What I'm seeing is VADA don't have no allowable limits.
No, that's right. Most prohibited
They say they
substances
follow
and any detected
they
amount
follow
is an
WADA
adverse
style
analytical
things, but
finding.
much
SARMs and
stricter.
the most.
Hey, Greg, post a number.
Oh, hold on. Let me grab it.
And what we talking about this VADA and this Ostarine and all this shit about?
Because they mad that Devin Haney got his ass whooped.
He trying to rub it in the Devin Haney fans. I get it.
I ain't trying to rub it in nothing. I ain't trying to rub
it in
his ass
because he wouldn't keep his hand up.
That's true too. But what I'm saying is it's a reason Subriel was allowed to fight, and then
because it fell under a threshold. So it fell under somebody's threshold.
Yes, because the WBC threshold. They have allowable limits.
Okay, so then he ain't cheating.
Doesn't have that.
Then he ain't a cheating. Then he ain't cheating. Per the rules of the box, the sanctioning body, he didn't cheat.
You didn't, but he has to prove that it's sample that is what it's called.
He ain't got to prove. He ain't got to prove.
He was taken was contaminated.
He ain't got to prove nothing because he was under the threshold. What he got to prove?
If that's the case, they wouldn't. That's why he evidently hasn't proven his innocence because he's on.
Did they fight? Did they fight?
He on 365, and he got to come out of pocket himself for 365.
Did they
fight?
That's
why I said he was in a limit, but he's still on probation, Greg. Why is he on?
He got his ass whooped, so they don't matter to me.
What probation is he on?
Why is he on probation? Why is he on 365 probation?
What's 365 probation? Explain it.
He's on 365 testing, and he got to pay for it. It got to come out of his pocket.
Okay, so again, did the fight happen?
I guess that's their protocol. They put you in 365.
Who does?
Same with old girl
who does? WBC?
I guess that's WBC thing because that's how they did Baumgartner. I don't even know if Baumgartner shit got resolved.
It did. She did hair testing.
Yeah, but
and passed the hair testing.
Yeah. Because I don't know some about her shit was misplaced or something like that. Something happened when it came to transporting her samples. That's what I heard. The issue with that, but yeah, man. I mean, it was a good fight. You know.
What was a good fight? You talking about Matias now?
I was just watching. Yeah. It was a good fight. Kabiel was a good fight.
I don't know. It was a good fight.
I wasn't really paying attention until you start cracking old boy with the right hand. Like, damn, old boy tall as shit. All he had to do was move to the side a little bit, but hey, it was different in the ring. But
but I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead, Greg.
I got this question for you. What is this tomfoolery you talking about? Yeah, what is this tomfoolery?
Hey man, you don't know what T.O. gonna show up, man. I might well
The one
put
that's
some
gonna
money on
get
the
his ass
wild
whooped.
card just to make it
Dude,
interesting. You know,
The one that's gonna get his ass whooped. Hold
I
on, we
like
got 919 in the
I like
building.
Shakur,
919,
but
what's
he ain't
up?
overly. You know,
yeah, it's Captain. Hold
Hey,
up,
Cal,
man.
what's
Give me
up,
one
fam?
What's
second.
up, Captain? What's up, man?
What's happening? Yo, Port Chop, I see you over here taking my talking point, put it out there to the masses. I had to come in here so I can get you right.
oh yeah, you probably know
Man,
better
you know
than me.
this ninja don't got no original thought, man. Go ahead, Captain. Come in here with your bullshit logic as well.
That's funny. No, so this is given to me. I inherited this talking point from a real Devin Haney fan, because I am not one of those. But basically, this was I think everybody knows how steroids work. Steroids don't just stay in your body. You take them, and then they have something called like a half-life and everything, where
Sure.
it degrades over time and whatnot. I'm pretty sure
For sure.
everybody's aware of that.
No,
So,
everybody's not aware.
okay, well, like yeah, over time, steroids get absorbed by your body and everything like that. So the detection becomes not as, it's not going to be as easy as, when you first take it and whatnot. You're probably not going to be able to find it as well as, somebody who's taking it that day or something like that.
For sure.
So what I was given was that Ryan the reason he had so much in his body is because he had taken it, maybe days, like maybe hours before they did the testing and everything. And you would expect to find so much in his system because he just took it. Versus Matias, my argument was that Matias has hit under this imaginary number. And the imaginary number is a number, this 1 nanogram is a number they expect to find for contamination and nothing else. This is a number that they gave to everybody. It's like, we think that if you have contamination in your supplements, we are going to find up to this number of Ostarine in that sample that you give us in your supplements. But his number is lower than that. Why? How can your number be lower than the number they gave us for your samples, your supplements to be contaminated?
I don't think that's absolute, and the contamination could have occurred at one point, and then it went well below that. So I don't know if that's a smoking gun. I hear what you're saying. I don't know if that's a smoking gun. And then the other thing that I would say is that Ostarine actually takes a few weeks for it to actually have any impact, according to what I just researched. So it would be foolish of Ryan Garcia to actually take Ostarine and take that much of it days before a fight, when in reality it takes weeks for it to actually have an impact. So it would suggest that maybe somebody poured a bunch of that shit in a drink that he had versus him just being contaminated. Because why the fuck would you take something a few days out from a fight that takes weeks to work?
For sure. I'm not even gonna argue that. That makes sense. Why would you do that unless you don't know? Or
Then why would you take it if you don't know?
Unless you're trying to do something to contaminate your supplements for whatever reason. Why would that help? No, I don't really know why that would do anything for anybody. But sure, I get what you're saying. But again, the prevailing wisdom is that these things have a threshold for things that what are they expecting to find, and the boy was under it. And like I said, I went back and I've looked. There's been a lot of people that's actually been, had samples contaminated for Ostarine. Their numbers don't go below the number. It's like in a range that is close to it. Ryan's was so beyond the range that nobody really they won't taking it serious. They're like, there's obviously something wrong here. But Matias is the one that went under the range, and I'm just how it was told to me is that you can get these things from one or two ways: is deliberately doing it, or there's some magical way that you took the least amount of Ostarine 2 weeks in advance, and it degraded. But it was a miracle drug that they found with they bullshit testing that they do, and they just happened to find enough Ostarine to register on a test. So
I hear what you're
how
saying,
it's told
man.
to me.
I hear what you're saying. The only thing I'm going to say is this: the more I think about it, have you ever heard of Ben Johnson? Walt, I know you've heard of Ben Johnson. You've been around long enough to hear of Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
You remember what they did to Ben Johnson for him to
pop? Can I say this real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, Walt.
Ostarine doesn't make you a better fighter. We seen Amir Khan have one of the highest levels of Ostarine in the system when he fought Kell Brook and he got destroyed. It's just Subriel Matías is a flawed fighter. It's just all offense. If Subriel Matías gets in the ring with like a guy, even like Haney, a guy who knows how to use a jab and punch, they beat him easier than that guy beat him last night. He comes straight forward, and all the guys that he fought really didn't have a great skill level. The other Spanish brother that he fought before this fight, he's decent, but to me, I thought Matias was gonna lose by the second round because I could tell if he didn't knock this guy out, he was getting hit with way too many shots. So the Ostarine thing, like my man said, that low level he had, every time people bring up Ostarine, to me, it's like, I know it's illegal, but it doesn't make you a great fighter to have an Ostarine. Because then how come Amir Khan, who has really fast hands, didn't destroy Kell Brook? He got dominated, and you got to look at, he had one of the highest testing Ostarines that's been tested so far in the fights. So it's like, I don't think he should have fought, knowing that he had it in the system, but I just think I didn't expect anything much from that dude, Subriel Matías. When they first started calling him the boogeyman, I started watching. I'm like, this dude's getting hit every time he fights, and these guys are not killers. It's like, I think Gary Antoine Russell would destroy him.
Yeah, let me get the super chat real quick. The super chat real quick from Blue Eye Soul. For substances that have allowable limits, is that because they know these substances don't enhance performance? I don't know if that's the case. I have no idea. But I know that Ostarine has not been proven to have the impact that they say it has, because it would have gone through clinical trials. The steroids, they absolutely have been proven to have the impact.
Greg, Ostarine is, people use that for weight cut. They're trying to weight cut. It's like, it doesn't really give you, it gives you more energy though, I'll give you that, but it's really a weight cut drug.
So let me ask you a question.
Because I just wanted, I wanted to see what Greg was going to say. I just got on. I just flipped it on to see what he's going to say about Virgil and them now, because this is clearly some of the biggest ducking I've seen in
we're going to talk about that.
63 years, bro.
We're going to talk about that. Let's transition to that in a second. But yes, it is a drug that is meant to use as for weight cut, because you can hold on to muscle theoretically if it was proven that it actually worked that way. The problem is, Walt, that it actually takes weeks for it to have an impact. So why would Ryan have 60 times the amount right before the fight when it takes weeks for it to work? That, my friend, doesn't make sense. So let's make that transition
But Greg, real quick though on the Ryan thing. My thing with that, now looking at Ryan's body for that Devin Haney fight, and then looking at his next fight, and now looking at him again, he's doing something, because he looks big as he did for the Devin Haney fight, for this fight, man. And in the fights in between them fights, he didn't look like this.
So maybe they're gonna catch him.
He's doing something.
Well, maybe I think
he might have found something that don't show this time, because I've watched Ryan's whole career. I've never seen him look as diesel as he looked for the Haney fight and this fight.
Can I ask you a question? You've known Terrence. You've seen Terrence Crawford fight his whole career. Have you ever seen him look as diesel as he looked at 168?
Yeah, but he had to cut weight down the stage. It's very small. It's smaller than that, Greg.
That's what
always a big dude. He had to cut weight, so of course he's gonna look small, bro.
Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia.
Yo, your hate knows no bounds, bro.
No, this
you
is
like
no.
Uncle
I'm not.
Ruckus
This
up
no,
in
no,
here,
no,
man.
no.
I don't care enough to talk about
Your
Ryan.
hating has no bounds, bro.
No,
We're talking about
listen.
something else. Dude,
Walt,
somebody could be
listen.
talking about a snow
Jesus
falling
Christ.
from the sky and you bring up Terrence Crawford. Cut it out, man.
No.
It's starting to get old, bro.
Walt, listen for a change.
Greg.
Listen for a change.
Huh?
The reason why I said that is because I know for a fact that you're going to say that Terrence Crawford isn't on something, and I have been on record stating that Terrence Crawford isn't on something.
Greg,
so this is not.
I think they all could be on something. I don't know, but if you're not getting caught, what's the use of talking about it?
That's
this dude went through his whole career and he never got tested positive for nothing. Errol went through his whole career and never got tested. So we can't say who's doing something if they never been caught.
My point is, you just can't look at somebody's physical shape and their frame and literally say that they're on something just because of that.
I agree, Greg. I agree with that, but we've seen Ryan, when he tests positive, look like this. And then when Ryan doesn't look like this, he doesn't test positive. So I want to see what's going to happen.
Right. For us to be talking about Ryan this long, though.
And after this, I want to move on. Here's what I have an issue with your problem with what you just said. You literally just said that what he actually tested positive for actually affects weight loss. That's it. So now why are we now talking about he must be on something because he looks big? You can't just sit up here and say he got popped for this. That doesn't have anything to do with looking to like being big or getting big. Why are we talking about that? He got popped for trying to drop weight, according to what you're saying. So then,
I heard it helps mass stuff too, Greg. So I think what he took to get bigger and stronger, he talked to Ostarine to cut down the size that if you watch the weigh-ins and stuff, and then when he came out with no shirt, he looked even bigger than he did before the fight, and that was like 3 weeks before the fight. So I think he was taking the Ostarine to cut down from that stuff. You know what I'm saying? From whatever he was taking. That's what I think he did. I'm not saying the Ostarine, like, it helped him cut, but I think it helped him cut and mask some of the other stuff he was doing.
So again,
I don't know what other guys are doing. They could be doing stuff. I don't know that, but they've never got caught.
Greg, before you move on, can I say something right quick?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you say something. I am. The issue that I have, Walt, is that you're making an assumption because of something that is a weight cut drug. You're making it supposedly a weight cut drug. You're making an assumption about everything else just because of how he looks, because he was on this. My issue is then we can make assumptions
Greg,
about everybody.
I could be wrong. You keep talking about this. I said I could be wrong. I'm just going on for what I saw. I think he's masking it. He masked it with the Ostarine last time.
And my only thing is, Ostarine doesn't mask anything. And my only thing is, I don't want to make an assumption about anybody being on anything that they haven't specifically been caught for.
Well, then you're telling me something new, because I didn't know that. I thought it did. So I'm glad you said that.
No, I'm not about to make broad spectrum, hey, he's on this steroid because he got busted for something that supposedly helped him lose weight. That's the problem that I have with
Greg,
go ahead.
I just said that. You just told me that. I didn't know that. I thought that it helped. Guys who on my end were telling me that it helps mask certain things. So if you're saying it don't, then that's news to me.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Let me get my boy in real quick. Go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Cap.
Okay. Yeah. So I just want to say, shout out to all my brothers in the Budite religion. May the blood of Conti be on you, and be on every listener of this stream. You know, shout out Greg and Jason for, I know y'all is, recent unconverts or whatever y'all want to call yourselves, but I just hope that y'all find the light soon. But yeah, peace.
All right, man. Podcast, man. See, this is what I'm talking about, Walt. And that don't have nothing to see now. If I were to come back in with some Terrence Crawford comments, then I'm the hater. That ain't got nothing to do with no hate. Anyway.
All right. We talking about boots yet?
Let's go to boots. Let's go to boots.
Ain't nothing to say. He the man. He went out on top, baby.
He's gone. Next, we talking about active fighters. Let's move on.
Yeah. Let's talk about boots.
Yeah, let's move on to the Virgil, your boy.
Yeah.
Hiding under rocks, man.
Man,
he hiding up behind everybody.
Now, I think we're gonna totally align on this one, Walt.
That's some sad ass shit that Oscar did. I saw what you said. Then I went and watched it. Man, that shit was like shit with Chappelle, with Cat, and Richard Pryor all together. That shit was straight comedy.
It's absurd.
Shelton more.
That shit was crazy, dude.
Nah, it's man,
that whole crew is shit.
How is it that you can sit up and let this roll off of your tongue that he has all these options? I'm talking about Vergil Ortiz.
But Greg, real quick though, know why Austin's doing this? Because that's all he has. Because this is Ryan's last fight with him. He has nothing but Virgil after this. So it's he's got to hold on to Virgil like he's holding on to, like his last.
Yeah. Yeah, then that's the issue that I have. You can't come out of your mouth and say that you believe in Virgil, that he has all these options, that you can have. Like, the fight doesn't have to be next? Why not? Man, if he has all these options that he can execute at any moment, and you know for a fact that he's gonna beat Boots,
you would have been made.
You said all that. Then fucking make the fight.
He keeps bringing up Errol Spence first. Errol Spence ain't fought in 3 years. Why are you bringing up a dude who ain't fought in 3 years who said nothing about fighting you?
Exactly.
It's not only Oscar though. The thing is, it's not only Oscar that's not believing in Virgil. Virgil has said the same thing, and Robert Garcia has said the same thing. We got options. Well, why the fuck you brought Boots in the goddamn ring and said let's do a face-off like you about to fight next? No one wants to fight. No one wants to see you fight Spence. No one wants to see you fight Fedor. Fedor already got a fight lined up. He's not in the picture right now.
Yo, like Greg said, they didn't think he was going to show up. And when he showed up and said, we just want you next, it threw a wrench in their whole stuff. Because they've been doing this for the longest, man. Like I said, they were mandatory for Terrence Crawford for 2 years and never tried to do that mandatory. They've been ducking. They never even fought for a title. They've never tried to fight for a title with Virgil. He's been at 154 for almost 2 years. He's never tried to fight for a title. At 147, he was there. He never tried to fight for a title. He's a fringe fighter, man.
I got to say this to everybody. I want to look directly in the camera when I say this. I apologize. I got to get out the Vergil Ortiz train. I fucked up. This doesn't make any sense. What he's doing makes no sense at all. Like, I can't condone that, man. Shelton Moore, let me get your thoughts on this, man.
They're trying to do the same thing they did with Zerto. Like 50 fights and be undefeated and finally fight somebody and lose.
I don't disagree. Shelton, let me get Shelton Moore in real quick. Shelton Moore, man, what's your thoughts on this, man? I'm disturbed.
Well, I'm not going to pile on Virgil because none of you niggas is piling on the nigga already. I'm going to pile on Boots. What you supposed to do, Boots, when they say some shit like that, 60-40, with 5% of the winning, you call their motherfucking bluff. All right. Because I'm going to whoop his ass anyway. So, all right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Run it.
That's what I said. Yeah, I said the same thing.
No, you didn't.
No, I agree with the brother. Boots, but boxing ain't like that anymore. It was like that when we really liked it.
No, you make it like that. Because either they go run the fight or they going to make up another lie. And then you'll see what's going on.
I think Boots is going to wait for Xander's eyes and all the dude.
What are you doing right now? You're not fighting nobody right now anyway. So when they say 60-40, 5% to the winner, okay, cool, run it.
Yo, he's right,
man. So it really don't matter. And then after I whoop his ass, if he wants a rematch, it's 70-30 my way. How about that?
Yeah, but he's going to stop him. You're 100% right. But dudes ain't cut like that anymore. It's the thing that bothers me the most about Boots and Bozy. Like when people interview Bozy, instead of saying, put the dude in there, he's always like, we'll find anybody. He don't say like, I want this dude, which I just don't get. It's like, I'm not a big Devin Haney fan, but Devin Haney will say, I'm going to whoop your ass and I'll whoop your ass. That's why I got to give him 100% because Devin will call out a dude and then go fight him. Boots lays back in the cut. I know he's really talented and I really like him as a fighter, but he's too laid back and it just bothers the fuck out of me. Like my man said, he should call that bluff, Oscar's bluff, and say, okay, I'll take that. Because I don't even think it's going to be that hard of a fight. I think Virgil's tailor-made for him.
I'm having a feeling that that's actually factual. I thought Virgil was gonna lose, but I give Virgil a chance because I mean it's boxing and we always have a chance, right? But I mean Virgil has no confidence in himself. I mean, come on, man. And I agree with you, Shelton. More like go ahead
I
and
do
take the
fight
55.
Errol Spence.
Go ahead and take the 55-45 split.
Yep.
And then with the 5% to whoever the winner is. And then go in there and bust his ass.
But I guarantee you, Boots says yes to that. Also, will move the goalpost even further. But all he has.
But that's what I agree.
That's his last fighter.
I agree. I don't think it's because I don't think it's.
But he got pressure coming from. If that happens, he would have pressure coming from the boot side, and he got pressure coming from the zone.
That's
side.
what I want. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's true.
Put the pressure on them so that everybody it totally exposes them as being ducks.
You got to put it out there in Front Street. Oscar talking about 60-40.
The zone already said they're not paying for him to fight anybody else, so Oscar's going to have to come out of his pocket for whoever Virgil fights next. The zone's not going to pay for it.
I'm glad.
So they, like my man said, they are pushing him into a corner. But I know how Oscar is. He did it with what's that dude? Jaime McGee and all them. He pushes them. He tries to get as much as he can get out of them because he didn't want the tank fight. Y'all remember that? He tried to talk Ryan out of the tank fight for the longest time.
He didn't want the tank fight. Ryan forced that fight.
Ryan forced that fight. But I don't think Virgil has the guts to force this fight.
That's the issue. Virgil ain't saying nothing.
No, because Jay, remember, as soon as he said what he said in the ring, he got in the locker room and started talking about Errol Spence. It's like he don't want that fight.
Here's the thing. When has Virgil ever said anything? Virgil never says anything. There's nothing new. He never says anything.
But he said he wanted Spence fight. He said Spence is a dream fight for him.
Y'all remember years ago when he was at 147 and he fought, I forget the brother's name he fought, and then Terrence was at the fight, and they asked him, would you fight Terrence next? He started saying down the line.
He fought Maurice Hooker. He said,
Maurice Hooker. Remember that night? And they asked him about Terrence next because he was mandatory number one. And he started saying, maybe in a year or so.
Is what he said.
Yeah, he didn't want no smoke. He doesn't.
No, he don't.
He's going to fight the guys that are tailor-made for him. That's who he's going to fight.
This is where me and you disagree. I think the kid will fight anybody. I think his handlers are making all these calls.
He won't fight Boots.
But his handlers are making him doubt himself, man.
I don't think he doubts himself. I don't think he doubts himself. I think he's just a humble kid, and he listens to the people around him, which could be to his detriment.
Nah, because when he called Boots in the ring, he was looking to the side. He was looking everywhere but in Boots' face, man. You could see he didn't want that smoke. Go back and watch that.
I don't believe that. I don't believe these dudes at the top level of anything are afraid of anyone. I don't believe that.
Virgil would Boots. All Virgil say, Oscar, shut up, move out.
If that was the case, then he should be able to tell his people, I want this fight. I don't want nothing else. I'm not fighting for any other fight but this fight. So why isn't he doing that? Because if he's really the controller of his career, he could go in there to tell them, well, I'm not making any more money for you unless I get this fight.
People be under the illusion that these guys are in control of their careers and they pick who they fight, and that's not true. They're not.
Then how did Ryan get the tank fight?
Huh?
How did Ryan get the tank fight? Because Oscar said, and his manager said, we did not want the fight. Even Hopkins said that.
Listen. Ryan Garcia is different. Ryan Garcia got 20 million people following him. Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, you right on that one. You right on that one.
He cannot do it.
Yeah, you right. I'll take the L on that. You right on that.
Ryan Garcia can get a world title fight coming off of a loss. Can Virgil do that?
He's definitely right on that, bro. I'll hold back on that.
Ryan Garcia can train for a world title fight in his living room. Can Ryan do that?
Virgil don't want to fight.
No, you don't. This is very disturbing for me.
That fight's gonna happen, man.
It's just disturbing. It's just so disturbing.
Yeah.
I don't think his manager wants it. I don't think Robert Garcia wants it. I
think Boots is gonna fight the Xander Zayas and the other guy winner, or the dude, whatever the other dude they say is the boogeyman, who's another fake boogeyman.
Kubakra, yeah. I mean,
he's another fake boogeyman.
Let me ask you guys, everybody that's here. Let me ask you this: can you become the boogeyman off of just one fight?
They did that to Matias. They built him up like he was a boogeyman too. But both of them guys get hit, man, easily.
Well, Matias had killed a couple folks and beat a whole lot of people down. Matias,
no, you're right too. That's right. Matias did beat a couple people down.
This guy
he done retired.
This guy Bachman fight one time.
And he beat up Tim Tszyu, one of the most overrated fighters in the last 10 years.
And now all of a sudden he's the boogeyman. Is that how it works, Greg?
Hold on, who we talking about now? I'm sorry, who we talking about?
We talking about Bachman versus Elliott.
Bachman beat Tim Tszyu, one of the most overrated fighters in the world, bro.
After that one fight, he fought one time. After that one fight, now he's the boogeyman. Everybody's scared of Corey.
Yeah, he shouldn't be the boogeyman.
I'm not saying he ain't no boogeyman.
Yeah, let me get my boy Corey in real quick, man, because Old Town's finest and the richest man I know. Corey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother? Stop the madness. Hey, I just want to address the brother who was speaking on Virgil being able to go in and say, hey, I want to do this. Like, I feel like every week we have these conversations, like everyone act like they don't understand how business works. Like, can none of us go to our job and tell our boss what we're going to do? Why?
I told him I agree with him. I was just talking, man.
But even then, not just you, so it just seemed like a consensus amongst people that people can just go in and just tell their boss what they're going to do or what they're not going to do. Like, that ain't how this works. Like, at the end of the day, it has to be beneficial on both sides. Now, again, I'm on the side of you guys. I wish they had that power so they can do it, give us the fights that we want. But I feel like just in general, boxing fans don't understand, like, hey, bro, I get it. There's a part that we see, but the largest part is the part that we don't see. And it's like they don't have to do what they want because they don't have any money to put up for all the production and put these shows on. The person who writes the check call the shots, and he always going to call it in his favor. Now, and sometimes that forces us to just watch BS fights that we never, we don't want to see. Like, I don't think Virgil is scared at all. But obviously his handlers, again, they in it for the money. They not worried about nothing else other than, hey, how can I stretch this career out and make the most bang for my buck before we have to move on to the next person? Unfortunately, we just got to suffer. But I just feel like we got to sometimes kill that narrative about go in and say what you want to do what you. That's just not how it works.
No, I think
we don't do it at our jobs, so nobody else can do it. You're definitely not going to do that on this scale when there's millions of dollars at hand.
No, I think that's
that's
fair.
They're paying for all his training. They're paying for all of that stuff.
Well, no, he paid for his own training. I mean, it comes out of his own. But what I think you're right. I think you're right that people forget about the boxing or the business aspect of boxing, right? And that's why when people come with the narrative or the perspective of basically fuck the promoter, it's like the promoter is the reason why we have fights. And I know that fights have to simmer for a little bit. I think at some point, though, in certain situations, it becomes egregious. And that's part of the issue that I think a lot of boxing fans push back on when it's like, dude, there's money to be made. Like the Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence situation is the one that comes to mind, right? Dude, there's money to be made here. There's no reason for this fight not to happen. There's money for both sides to make, as we saw, and make the freaking fight. That's where I think boxing fans push back. But I think you have a valid point in this particular situation in that Virgil doesn't have the same cachet as like a Ryan Garcia where he can actually push a fight. Similarly, like somebody like Spence or Bud or
Crawford
or Canelo, they have the ability to push the fight.
Those guys are at the apex of their career, so they could make that call because they know you're going to get a return on this fight, whether I win or lose. Both of us are at the apex of our career, so we both going to bring in a big draw anyway and make some money. Like, Virgil is just not there yet. I do believe he will get there because, again, he has a huge Mexican following. He fights in Texas a lot. People like him. He's fan-friendly. So I do believe he will get there. But right now, unfortunately, he's just not at that point where he can walk into the office and, point out whatever he wants. They're going to look at him like he's crazy. Like, all right, we'll just stall your career.
Yeah, but why did Virgil's manager say Virgil's cool with Boots being next, though? His manager said that. Oscar's the one that's being in the way of this. The promoter's being so the manager's saying Boots can be next.
His manager did say that,
Right. That's why I say I don't believe that Virgil is scared. You know, so I just feel like his handler is like the other guy said. His handler just protecting their pockets. I mean, we all watch boxing enough to understand what's going on.
So his handlers have no faith in him for this fight because a lot of guys here don't want to fight.
They don't care about that, bro. They don't care about none of that. They care about money. They look at money.
Yeah, but the zone says they're not paying for any unless he fights. You know, is they saying Orsa's gonna be paying for that?
It's like the other brother said, man. Oscar been in the game long enough, he'll figure something out. Like, but these boys didn't get to this level by just guessing their way to the top.
Oh no, for sure.
They always figure out a way.
But here's an aspect I want.
He probably gonna fight another Mexican, to be honest with you. And then you get they have such a huge fan base. It's gonna generate the money that will satisfy the network.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's true. Mexicans do come to fight.
One thing though, you know, I wish that the sport would start to lean into is more of not being so judgmental, man, and really just destroying what the credibility of a fighter is just because they lose. Because that's what positions these promoters to not want to move these fights forward. Because okay, all of a sudden he loses. Let's say he goes and he fights Boots and he loses. He's a hype job. It's a fucking hype job. I told you he's a hype job. And because that narrative persists throughout social media and on YouTube, then all of a sudden it's like he's not marketable anymore, and that promoter can't make money with him anymore, and the fighter can't make the level of money. We got to get out of this stereotype. Every time somebody goes into a fight, somebody's going to lose, and just because they lose doesn't mean that they were a hype job. It could mean that stylistically they don't fucking match up well. You know what I'm saying?
Greg, to kind of piggyback what you said, man, that ain't never gonna stop, and it's because of social media, right?
I know.
So in sports, everybody feel the need to be right. Everybody wants to be correct, right? And everyone want to act like it's not no longer in sports. It's okay just to be a fan. I have to be a fan that's smart, that know more than the next fan, even though I don't play the sport.
So that's the new world we live in. Because before, if you lost, it was all right.
Oh, I told y'all, I've been saying this for 2 years that such and such, or I knew this from bro, just enjoy the sport. But again, it's just the climate. Listen, I feel you. I'm with you, but I already know how it is. Like I said, you see it any sport across the board. No one is okay by just being fans. All they want to do is they just want to be right. They either got to be first, or they have to look like they were right, like they knew something all along. And if most people, if y'all know so much, why don't y'all just get into the sport? Because I'm pretty sure they're making more money than you do at your job right now.
Facts. And
if you're so really smart, jump into the sport and get into it.
Yeah. What pisses me off is, you know, you run up and you talk about how you were always right. You can always see them in the comment section or in the Discord. And it's like, dude, I don't even freaking know who you are. I never saw any of your comments anywhere before. And when you get them wrong, you can go somewhere and hide in a closet and come back out until the next time that you're quote unquote right. And that's one thing that I you know, for me personally, I can't stand. I like to come on here and if I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. Like, there's no way I can be 100% right. There's no way Jason can be 100% right. The whole point of it is to actually discuss the sport and have a good time discussing it and talk about your guy versus my guy. And if my guy loses, he loses. And if your guy wins, he wins. And if your guy loses, he loses. But there's so many people that live vicariously through sports and they don't have control in their own household, and no one in their own personal world considers them to be very intelligent, and therefore their only outlet is to come through social media and or YouTube and pretend that they're smarter than they actually are.
Hey, Greg, we call them boys a bunch of unaccomplished know-it-alls.
There you go.
Yep.
You accomplished something,
Mike. That's all we call them over here. A bunch of unaccomplished know-it-alls. They know everything. They know everything except for how to make it spin for their own life. Like,
exactly.
Greg, you know when I really started messing with you, bro?
Huh?
You know when I really started messing with you? I really started messing with you after the Crawford Canelo fight. That's not really started messing with you, because you was the only person out of all the people that had these prognostications that came on was like, wow, I got that one wrong. And stayed on with it for 2 or 3 hours. You remember that?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He did the same thing after the Errol and Crawford fight.
Yeah, because I'm not afraid to be wrong. So I don't know what you gentlemen do for
flabbergasted.
Yeah, I
but
don't know
Greg
what you
wasn't by himself. Errol and Bud. Nobody.
No, I had Errol too. Greg know that. I had Errol. I had Errol in that fight.
No, nobody thought that fight was gonna go like that. No matter who you had.
No, for sure. No, for sure.
I had Bud. I think Bud was gonna win like that.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. But you know, my thing is this, man. And I don't know what y'all do for a living, but I do. I work in a job that I have to make bold proclamations, at least in my thought and my strategy and how I want to do things, and have to be willing to listen to what other people say and have to have the balls to be wrong. Because you're going to be wrong. You can't be right all the time. So,
and Greg, the best thing too is when you are wrong, you don't do like other stations start coming in there cussing out people, calling them all out their name and everything like that. Because when you it's like because they can't take being wrong. There's dudes that when they die losers, they don't even come on that next day. And then when they come on, they just start cussing people out. They can't take the L.
Yeah, I don't know who those. I don't know who are those content creators, Jay. Who are those content creators? I'm curious.
Man, don't do that, Greg.
BS the killer. BS the king of that. If you say something BF don't want, he says stuff that when I grew up, if I saw him, I'd shoot him in the face. Because he says some stuff that really bad about you when he doesn't like something you say. And my thing is this: I don't know nobody. Like if we're debating sports and I don't know you, I'm not going to talk that way about you because there'll be one time in their life where me and you could walk in the same place. You know nothing about my background. It's like I could be that dude to just take your lights out for that. It's like so that's why I would never talk to people like I hear some of these dudes calling dudes bitches and the niggas with the R and all this crazy shit. I'm like, dude, you don't know nothing about me. You going to these fights and showing up. I could really show up at these places. So I just never like that about people. If we're talking sports, so everybody's gonna have their opinion. If you ain't right, you just ain't right. Like you said something earlier that I thought I was right about, and you told me, and I'm listening to you. I'm not gonna like dog you out because of that. And there's a lot of dudes who do that on these channels, man. And it's just not cool because. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because everybody who's on here now, I don't know anything about their life. I don't know what some of these brothers could be real killers back in the day, and they're just cool now, but they have that in them still. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would I even put myself in that situation? Because some people take things serious and will look into things.
Let me tell you something, Walt.
It's serious here for us.
And that's how I grew up. Like,
you get the like when you used to, and you find out the dude is Richard Kotinski. He's the Iceman.
when you used to have that dude Jerry on here all the time, Jerry used to say some wild things to women you had on there, and I'm like, if that dude ever said anything that when I was younger in my vicinity, I probably would have tried to kill that dude on real talk.
Let me tell you something.
But I'm like, man, when we just talking, you don't have to berate somebody like that.
No, totally agree with you. I don't know what's going on in any of you guys' life. There's no reason for me to berate anybody. The only thing I know about anybody on here is old Corey, man, that he's from Tangelo and that he's rich as fuck. That's all I know. Outside of that, that's all I know.
Hey, don't let this man lie to y'all. I need a loan.
Somebody might come look at the Corey.
Don't do that.
Somebody might hear his voice and know who that is. Checking him.
You're going to be famous.
But nah, man, you're absolutely right. There's no reason to do that, and that's the reason why we created the channel. I didn't experience that, right? What I experienced guys that I felt didn't have a positive forum where you can come and talk about it. That some cats came and created stuff that's like, come on, man, like this is a stretch. You had some cats that just, I don't know, man, just didn't feel like stand-up guys. So I was like, Jason, we can absolutely do this. I think we're intelligent enough to come on here and articulate this. I think we know enough about boxing to have a platform. And let's just go in here and talk boxing, man. Now, granted, I don't want to know about every fighter in the sport. If you know about Henry LeBron, good for you, Ninja. I don't want to know about Henry LeBron until you get to a certain spot.
Hey, Greg.
I know about him.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, totally off topic, off of what we was talking about, but
sure.
I got a bone to pick with you. Like, what's your thing against Devin Haney?
Well, I love Devin Haney.
Huh?
I love Devin Haney.
It's the fans.
No, I don't. I don't have a problem with Devin Haney. I don't know why that's the belief. Here's my thing.
Let me give you my perspective first. Because I usually agree. You and I are usually on the same side of an argument.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What I think, for whatever reason, I always get the sense like even when you give him a compliment, it's not like the true shine that, at least personally, what I feel like he deserves, right? And the basis of my thing is none of his peers, and he's the youngest of all his peers, as a matter of fact, none of his peers is doing what he's doing. Like, we can nitpick about 1,000 things if we want about Devin Haney, but the question that I always ask is, who is doing what he's doing of his peers that he came up with? None of them. And he's been doing it for a very long time, and I just feel like sometimes he's not getting the shine.
Real quick, to what he's saying, I had to look at myself when it came to Devin Haney, because it was me not liking Bill. It was like, I don't like, as far as Devin's concerned, when I look at Devin Haney, I block Bill out, and I look at him as a really good fight. It's like, it's like I was taking my feelings on Bill out on him. I can't do that no more.
So let me get my perspective.
The kid fights.
Let me get my perspective.
He does fight everybody. I gotta give him that.
What's your answer, Greg?
Let me give my perspective on Devin Haney. So first and foremost, I hear you. Number one, in terms of what he's doing, I've acknowledged what Devin Haney is doing. I've actually said on multiple occasions that he has the best resume within the sport in terms of that group of fighters that came up. Am I lying?
We done said it multiple times. That's why I don't understand the narrative that we don't like Haney.
Okay. So so Devin, I actually don't have an issue with Bill. Bill talks a lot. I think Bill is perfect for Devin because Devin acts as his mouthpiece. Similarly, I think Brian Norman Sr. is perfect for Brian Norman Jr. because he acts as the mouthpiece. I like talkative people. I'm from Florida. You know, Corey, that all we do is talk shit. So I love people that do that. That's one of the things that I lament about Boots. I don't like people who don't talk. You that good, talk your shit. That's part of the reason why I didn't really care for Terrence Crawford to that extent. Like, if you that good, talk your shit and then go do it. So I don't have a problem with Devin, and I don't have a problem with that. I do feel that, and it's the same way with Boots. I do feel that I've seen things that feel like more than just, hey, you're in the sport of boxing, you're going to get hit. I feel that I've seen gaps that certain fighters, if they have the right skill set, can exploit. So are you really as good as what we think or what people are saying? So I challenge it. And then on top of that, it was clear to me, number one, Ostarine, we already know what the definition is. It's a SARMs. Number two, it is not the drug of choice if you're going to cheat. Number three, why would you put it in your system a few days prior to your fight when you know it takes weeks for it to actually activate at 60 times the freaking level? So you thought because you're going to take more, you take more of it to activate quicker? I'm pretty sure he has people around him that are smart enough to understand that that's not the case. The issue that I saw with Devin Haney was issues that I saw earlier in his career when he was fighting the Linares of the world. He got caught with shit. He was getting caught back then too. It's just that he got caught by somebody that can hit hard enough to hurt him.
was hitting him with the left all night too. He just didn't have a power.
Lomachenko's left-handed.
Right. So then the narrative becomes he simply cheated without any real context and nuance of, we've seen him get hit like this before. This drug does not do what they say. Why would he have 60 times the amount 2 days before the fight? All that is left out to just say he cheated, and that's the reason why, to explain how Devin performed.
Greg,
I don't like that.
Always remember, when you are in front of the judge, your excuses don't matter why you did the crime. No one. That's the problem. You're trying to say. Listen. I totally understand what you're saying, but your means is never going to justify why you broke the law. At the end of the day,
I agree.
If you didn't have it in your system, it would have been a clean victory, and everybody we wouldn't even be talking about this. But obviously not you, but Ryan dirty up his own victory by having something in his system that he shouldn't have had in his system in the first place. No one cares about any other reason why. It's like when Chris Hannity used to catch them to catch a predator at them going to them little girls' house. Don't nobody care what you talking about after that, bro. We already caught you here. We know what you was planning.
No, but let me
anything that you're
respond to
talking about don't matter after that. And another thing is, like, Devin,
hold on before you go there. Let me just let me just. So yes, I agree with what you're saying, but we're not talking about Ryan. We're talking about Devin. See, yeah, I agree with everything that you say. Brian he should have been suspended. That should have been the case. It does sully his victory. But on Devin's end, to me, Devin could have just let all of them talk about it. Stop trying to push the narrative yourself that this is the case. Because in reality, we know that this drug doesn't really do much of anything and wouldn't be the drug of choice. It hasn't even passed clinical trials. So what we saw is that you kept getting hit with a punch that you couldn't block because your hand wasn't up.
Right.
So you don't have to say anything. Let your minions do the talking for you. You come back and get it in blood. I respect that. Stop trying to push the narrative. Now go ahead.
So when you say 60 times the limit, bro, I always tell people, remember, anytime somebody get caught with drugs in a system, you're catching the low end of it, not the high end of it. You're catching when they're weaning off. They just happen to get caught. You will never catch somebody on any kind of drugs when they are at the peak of it. They've been taking it for a while. They just happen to get caught with the residuals that's left in their system. So if you caught it at 60%, I need you to understand that's probably the low end of what was in his system. Just like,
that didn't stop him from keeping his hand up, though.
Go ahead.
No, I understand.
Let me ask you this. So the Ostarine system made him faster, in your opinion? Made him faster and stronger?
Is that for me or Greg?
For you.
I think it's for you.
Oh, no. I'm not saying that. I don't. From what I know, Ostarine makes you lose weight, right? I don't know any of the other residual long-term proponents of what it does in your system.
I think he just had a bad game plan that night.
Absolutely.
He underestimated Ryan.
But guess what?
Because he thought he was just going to walk right over him.
But once you do something illegal, that doesn't matter to me. For me, I'm at the I like the purity of the sport.
And Ryan did drop him in the amateurs too. Y'all know that, right?
That's fine, but that's in the past. My thing is, I'm not into anybody. Once you do something illegal, I don't care about nothing else. You just sullied your own game. If you'd have came in clean,
you feel the way I feel about Canelo, right?
Huh? Absolutely.
So, all right, okay, because Canelo's always
let me say this to Corey.
What you're saying, but my point, what I didn't like is the fact I just thought, in my opinion, it's just my opinion now, that they handled the first loss badly. They handled it badly.
Yeah,
most people do. Hey, listen, that first ass whooping, if you ever box, whether it's in the gym or professionally, believe me, that first ass whooping, especially when you're young.
Not just boxing, street fighting too, man. Everybody here, their first street fight they lost, they never got beat up.
They listen to the wrong people as far as wanting to sue and all this other. You can't be doing all that. That's where
he 24 though, OG. Like, remember, he 24. Well, when you get your ass, listen.
But his daddy ain't. But his daddy ain't 22.
Man, Devin Haney ain't 24.
You get beat up in your neighborhood, it will rather you try getting beat up in front of millions of people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Your daddy ain't 24.
Especially when ain't nobody beat you up before that.
24. Your daddy's not 24. And your daddy signed you up for this. This is what you signed up for.
No, for sure. No. I'm just telling you shit, bro. That's all.
And people are punishing you because you handled your first loss badly. The same way we've been shitting on Deontay Wilder for handling that loss badly. He handled it bad.
I think most people is just heightened now because of social media, and we get to follow these guys around a little bit more than we could back in the 90s and 80s. I think they all handle their losses
bad. George Foreman handled his first loss bad. George Foreman said the same thing that Deontay Wilder said.
So
Sugar Ray was going to quit after the first Durant loss.
Deontay Wilder said the same exact thing that George Foreman said.
Right. I've never boxed professionally, but I boxed pretty much my whole life. I've been in and around it. And I'm telling you, that first, when you just get beat up for the first time, you get rattled a little bit. Hey, listen, I didn't have social media around back then, and I can understand it's an outlet for this new generation, right? They get to this is how they express themselves, right? So especially when I look at these younger cats, I try not to judge them on what I would do because I'm not in their position, and they live in the world that they live in. So when you see them on the internet, and most of us was probably thinking those things in our first ass whooping. They just saying it because the internet is their brain. That's how they look at it.
We
The
didn't have
internet.
no outlet for it.
Exactly.
All we could do. See, that's what I tell a lot of these old heads who talking that shit. I'm like, look, you gotta remember, we didn't have no internet, none of this shit. So all we could do was run it back. That's all we could do.
I know I did. I'm in my 60s. I shit. I was lucky I had a paper and pen.
Where do you think that shit came from? Every time I see you, we got to get out again.
Right.
Because that's all we can do.
Right.
Yeah. Now some people, that was the rule, but let's be honest. After a couple of ass whoopings, man, that you wasn't running it back that third time. Like, hey man, I can't beat him.
After you get your ass whooped 2 or 3 times, he's like, all right, bro, you got it.
You got it.
Now you become friends then.
Yeah, I get that rematch. I get that rematch.
Like, listen, hey, Greg of all people should know this because my neighborhood beat up his neighborhood all the time.
Hey, hold on.
You should know this.
Hold on, Corey. Now that's blasphemy. Hey. So let me go ahead and get the background. Let me get the background.
Right, Greg?
No, let me get a background. Hold on.
Greg, stop stuttering.
Hold on. Let me give you the background.
Stuttering boys got high.
Oh my God, can I get the background? And Corey, I know you're gonna agree with this. Okay, first and foremost, his neighborhood had beef with my neighborhood. So everybody that's from Orlando know the Tangelo Carver Shores beef, and it started when we all started going to Dr. Phillips years before you and I were at Dr. Phillips. That's number one. Right. Number two, my first experience when I got there, they said those Tangelo dudes, man, watch out for them. They just got beef. I'm like, why would they have beef for us? I don't even know these dudes. My first interaction was this dude named Jason that rode our bus. Big tall dude, man. He was playing center. Man, they at the bus stop, man, Tangelo dude whooped his ass. And I was like, damn. Wow. I mean, ass whooping. Got on them, man, all knotted up, okay? The first Tangelo fight that occurred when I actually became a freshman, this was the summer, started because of, the second one started because of me. Both fights, I'll tell you.
He ran.
Actually, it
ran
started. Hey, hold on. We whooped they ass. I'm talking about ass whooping. Carver Shores whooped that ass. Now, let me explain. I'm about to explain it. And anybody that was there back when I was a freshman knows this. I had a homeboy named Lo. Okay? Lo had a girlfriend named Farrah. Farrah used to date a guy named Dwayne. Okay? Dwayne had beef after his name was Dwayne Washington. I remember this. Dwayne had beef.
Government name?
I give his government name and tell him to come get the fade again. Carver Shores versus Tangelo forever. So now, so this is what happened. Long story short. Yeah, shit. Dwayne is mad over the girl because Lo is now the girlfriend, right? Or he's dating his ex-girlfriend. So what happened? He had a homeboy named Nolan. Nolan and I used to get into it. The guy name was Nolan, Puerto Rican kid that stayed on Oak Ridge. You know about Oak Ridge, right? So me and Nolan had beef. Nolan and I had been getting into it, but then I started getting in trouble. I got in trouble in a couple of times, and they said that they were going to suspend me. So I couldn't get in trouble again because if I got suspended, I was going to get my ass whooped, huh?
You got to back up a little bit. You got to back up a little bit now.
Yeah, I backed off. So
hey, y'all see how I got him explaining?
No, I'm explaining it because I want to explain the whole thing. I want to explain it because when you hear all of it, there's not any stuttering. So, okay. So when I started having issues with Nolan, I backed off of Nolan, and Nolan started trying me more because he thought I was scared of him. Okay. So, long story short, all of this stuff is going on at the same time, and I have an issue with something, and I'm so pissed off, man. I'm on my way to ninth grade center. I'm on my way to algebra. I go to algebra. Guess who walks by? And I'm already pissed. It's Nolan. I say, Nolan, what the fuck are you looking at? I go to my locker. Nolan walks up on me. I got on a book bag with a big jacket. He pushes me. I bounce off the locker, 2-piece. Bop, bop. All of this is like this. He just stands there. I start pulling off my book bag. Principal comes around the corner. I said, I don't want to fight. I don't want no trouble. I tried to walk into the classroom. My teacher said, you can't come in the classroom. They took me down there, right? Nolan got suspended. I didn't get suspended because the witnesses, they only saw Nolan push me. So when I hit him with the two-piece, it was just a response. I got in-school suspension. So when I got in-school suspension, you weren't with the actual students. So during lunch, we took a different lunchtime. When we were out, this kid named what was his name?
Not government names.
Cliff. I'm not gonna say the whole name. Cliff and I can't. Rodney Polite. Cliff and Rodney Polite. They came over there and say, Dwayne said he gonna get you, boy. All that stuff that happened with his homeboy, he wanted to run.
You say Rodney who?
Rodney Polite. Write all the names down.
What's the middle initial?
Write all the names down. And as a matter of fact, this guy Clifton Bridges actually stayed in your neighborhood. So after this situation, they came around, right?
He named everybody who beat him up. He named everybody who beat him up. Look at him.
No, I play basketball with these guys. So anyway, so then all of my neighborhood came around, was like, yo, we going out there, because it was the Tangelo Carver Shores stuff, and Dwayne was from Carver Shores. I was like, man, I'm gonna get suspended, but fuck it, I'm gonna go out there and run it with him. So we run out there, right? Dwayne never shows up. This kid named Timmy shows up, who was from Tangelo. I didn't have beef with Timmy. I was cool with Timmy. But Timmy, in the first fight, got into it with this dude named Matias. They jumped him, beat him up. We ran from the 9th grade center to the main campus. The next morning, the whole Tangelo Carver Shores fight happened, and they whooped them dudes' ass. Tangelo lost. Now, I ain't saying that Tangelo ain't win none, but they certainly lost some when I was there. Now, what do you have to say to that, Corey?
Hey, I'm just want to let you know, see how you explain all that? I'll just say one thing. But nah, just to clear the record, man, Greg is older than me. I'm just talking, y'all. I'm just talking. Like, they older than me.
Yo, you had him giving us a whole movie.
No.
It's been around before me. I'm pretty sure it's been around before him. But I mean, it's kind of calmed down now.
It's before me.
You know, it's.
You came up under Greg in there. They're not
at this. Hold on. Yeah, he was behind me. They're not at the
Greg,
same
what
high
year you
school
graduated?
anymore, right? 96.
Oh, yeah. See, I graduated in 2004. Yeah.
Oh, you're way behind Greg.
I'm way behind.
You're 8 years younger.
That's why I said I'm just talking. I'm just talking.
Greg, you was out of college by then, wasn't you?
I was finishing grad school.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just talking for entertainment, y'all. Nothing serious.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, but you got him going though. That was good.
Hey. First of all, before I even move on, fuck Corey, fuck Walt, fuck. He ain't getting me going. Fuck y'all.
You know I'm messing with you, bro. I'm messing with you, man.
I'm messing with you too, man. I'm messing with you too. Let's get 2 Cent in real quick. 2 Cent, what's up?
What's going on? I don't know if y'all can see my picture,
up,
but that's Terrence Crawford new merch. It says, "I am the belt."
Yeah,
and I'm just trying to figure out, why is he the belt when he said he was the buckle? But anyway, I was coming up here, Greg, because I remember when that whole debacle was going on when they was first coming out talking. Huh?
I know you about to try to pin me down on some shit. Here we go. Go ahead.
Here we go. And that whole debacle was coming out, and I was telling you that this was a propaganda campaign with the whole Boots thing. Virgil was not trying to fight him, and he was like, no, it's Boots. And I was like, well, if it is the case, Eddie Hearn is the one bushing, because he was the one acting like everything was a miscommunication. And he was like, no, Boots need to do this, tell this, and do this, and do that. Now, the issue I'm having is, why isn't that same energy for Vergil Ortiz? Now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I think Virgil wants to fight, but it's his team. No. Let's keep that same energy. Virgil should be able to tell him he wants to fight. All that same stuff y'all was saying that Boots should be able to do. Virgil should also be able to do the same things to guarantee the fight. Also, how are we giving Virgil a pass for being like, oh, he want more money, he want this and that, when he claimed that he's already offered the fight and accepted it twice already? So now that Boots is like, all right, cool, let's fight, they jumping through all these hoops. But the only problem is y'all have already said that you've already agreed to the fight twice. So what has changed is my question. If you already agreed to the fight before, now you talking about 60-40 and all of that, why wasn't you saying any of that before? when he was quote
That
unquote
sounds so
ducking.
I
weird.
can't
Now
answer
all of a
that.
sudden the fight
I
can
can't
be
answer that.
really made and we jumping through all these hoops and everybody just like la la la. Oh, it's his team. Oh, I know Virgil really want the fight. Oh, Virgil the A side. How is Virgil the A side hardcores? Where my hardcores at? Virgil ain't never been
2
a
Cent.
champion in any
I
division,
can
like
answer
Max
part of
Kellerman
that.
say about Tank.
Ain't
Virgil's
nobody
never been a champion in any
nobody
division.
being no
How is
damn
he
A
A side?
Ain't nobody said
Jaron
that.
is unified at 147 pounds. Jaron
Ain't
moves
Joe
nobody
Ennis
Hoyer
is
said
selling
he's
out
A
Hey,
tickets
side.
to
2
his
Cent. Hey, can I
Nobody
reply to you?
Virgil ain't doing
Hold on.
none of that. So I'm
What?
just trying to figure out what is going on.
Okay, hold on.
I can answer part of that.
Let's reply. Let me reply really quickly to the
Go
first
ahead.
statement that you made. I don't recall the events in question, so I don't know what you're talking about. What I said. All I said was that something was amiss, and more than likely it was on Boots' side, at least from the Eddie Hearn's perspective, because Boots has had this situation going with multiple fighters. That was the point that I was making. So in this particular, and then furthermore, in terms of it not making sense for him to be asking for money when he's already agreed to the fight 2 times, I'm ridiculing him. I have an issue with this. I have an issue with this entire thing. So now I'm gonna pass it to first Corey, then Shelton, because you were the two that I heard talking. Go ahead, Corey.
Right. Hey, 2 Cent. Shout out to you. Love your channel. I'm a subscriber, so big ups to you. But part of your question when you ask what has changed, it's not really that people are making excuses for Virgil. I think from like a true boxing purist standpoint, one, we understand how the business and the game work, and 2, I think people are just mental fatigue, man. Like we just tired of going through this like every year with maybe 1 or 2 particular fighter of 2 high-profile fights that we want to see. And I think people are just like, just the shoulder shrugs to response to these things anymore. Like these days, just like we already seen this game over and over and over. And I think I think I can speak for a majority of people. Just like we already know how it's gonna go. So it's just like it's not that we make an excuse because obviously we all want to see the fight, but it's just like we don't been through.
Well, wait, let me ask you a question for something you said. Not to cut you
go
off.
ahead.
What aspects of the business would you say would be like, okay, I could see how Virgil would be 60-40 in this fight? What check boxes does Virgil check off to qualify for that, do you think?
He doesn't. It's just up to whoever is our promotional team willing to put up the bulk of the money. He doesn't. Like I think that they're on the same level personally, but it's just what network are they going to be on, and who's willing to cut the bigger check. That's really what it comes down to, because it's not at a purse bid right now. So it's like, hey, is your promoter willing to cut 60-40 or whatever the percentage that they're discussing, or is your promoter willing to do it? And whoever promoter is willing to do it, that's pretty much who's going to be the biggest star. They're going to get the most of whatever details that they want within that fight, because my essentially boss or partner is cutting the check.
They both fight for the zone, so it's forced to hold them back.
That's not how that works.
No, what I'm saying, they got different. They fight on the same network, but they have different promoters. So whoever's willing to cut the biggest check is going to get the most of what they want.
Yeah,
like you're not going to get more of what you want when I cut the lion's share of the money. That's just pretty much not. That's not going to happen.
Unless that dude Turkey LC come in and pay for the whole thing.
Nobody up here said that Virgil was the A side. Nobody said that.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, Oscar said that, Shelton.
Yeah,
so here's listening to him. He's just talking shit.
Here's the only argument.
Look, what I said was, if I was Boots, what I would do is I would call his bluff. 60-40 plus 5% to the winner, I'll take that.
No. We're not calling no bluffs if we Boots. We're not finna let the people keep charging us a beat your ass tax. He already took less money to fight Stanley Opus. He's not going to keep doing that, y'all. And y'all should not be asking him to do that, because that's not fair.
I don't care what he does.
Fair, but at this point, I do it.
If it was I don't care what he does.
I believe if Boots does that, Austin's going to move the goalposts.
Because he's going to have to keep doing it.
What would be fair for you, 2 Cent?
I would call his bluff and make him shit or get off the pot.
So let me address that.
What would be fair for you? What's a fair percentage you say? Because you said it's not fair to Boots. So what would you consider fair? Because ain't no fair in business.
It's not about like what I'm saying is we're not gonna keep
45. You know, like that
because
way, 50, like
we
that
keep saying this the
25%
business
more.
is the business. If we're basing this off of business, then Boots is the A side. Like that's what I'm saying. When is Virgil selling out in his home in where he is? He selling out tickets? No, he's not. Has he ever been a champion? Boots unified a division. Like any other time, it's any other fighter asking for paydays. Those are the facts that people like to throw out to justify why they deserve whatever pay that they're asking for. So I don't understand why that doesn't apply in this situation. That's the only point I'm trying to make. I don't know what percentage will be quote unquote whatever. But for you to come out and say 60-40, and then for people to say, oh, but you should call his bluff. No, Boots should not do that because he's already done it for standing on this. And what people saying, he took less money for standing on this. So if he continues to do that, he will have to continue to pay the beat your ass tax just to fight people while at the same time being an unproven fighter. It just doesn't make any sense.
So hold on. Now let me respond to that. Let me respond to that. Hold on. Let me respond to that.
He got to pick one, or he got to get somebody to put the money up.
Let me respond to that because I think you're overselling how much Boots sells, and just because Eddie Hearn said that they sold out, I can't find any credible evidence that he actually sold out that arena. So that's number one. So number two, is there an argument for Virgil to be the A side? Maybe, because there's that fan base, broadly speaking, in Texas, with him being a Mexican. Broadly speaking,
that's only if he fights in Texas.
Let me finish. Let me finish.
No matter where he go. He got the largest fan base.
Yeah, let me make the point because I'm not even going there. But at the end of the day, he has more than likely he has a larger fan base. Generally speaking, I don't see them fundamentally different, right? That because I don't think he literally sells in terms of TV sales or whatever. So I think if it's in Texas, more than likely he will sell more in his A side. I would say in Philly. Definitely, and on the East Coast, Boots would be the A side if the fight was there because I think the majority of the fight is going to be based off putting asses as seats in the arena. That's why you let me finish first, Walt, because if I get to my point, you'll hear what I'm saying. So that's the case. Now, the beat your ass tax. If you don't want to pay, I'm a beat your ass tax. Run your fucking mouth so you become a star. Open your fucking mouth so that people know who you are. And so that you become so big, they have to. It's not a beat your ass tax. You drive it. So right now, because you're low risk or high risk, low reward, there's a tax, and that's always been the case in boxing. Same with Terrence Crawford.
Boots got in the ring. That's the most I ever heard him talk. Because usually, even if you watch YSM, when they talk to Boots or his dad, they don't never come out and just call dudes out. They just say, we'll fight anybody. They have to be more
respectful.
But hold on. Let me say this. I agree with you.
I feel it. I agree.
I agree with a lot of stuff you said. First and foremost, I'm using these hardcore YouTube fan logic when I'm bringing up the accolades and all of that other stuff, and they deserve to pay because they did this and did that and got this belt. Secondly, what was my second point I was going to make? What else you said?
I don't know, man. Shit, I forgot that shit. That was 60 seconds ago.
Damn, I can't remember.
Hey, Greg, ask your phone for boxing source.
Huh? What? The boxing source? What now?
He in the call queue.
Oh shit! I didn't even see that. Hold on.
Oh, that's what I was going to say, Greg. I was going to say the difference between this though is that they've already said Boots ducked them twice. That's the biggest difference in this situation. Is that y'all already said you've offered him to fight and you've ducked him twice. That's the biggest difference. Is that when he's available now, y'all are saying all of this stuff. That's my biggest point.
Did we get the super chat from Tunnel Vision? $2. What changes? Turkey isn't involved. Dollars are different.
Nah, hey, missed the one for HLD too.
Hey man, well, my bad, man. You know, man, some of these things.
There you go, stuttering.
Good, man. Hey man,
shut up.
I hope you fall face first with your. I hope you fall face first with your mouth open right into the curb.
Oh, now you're gonna use my shit. I tell you all the time.
No, you ain't never told me that. Shelton Moore, old ass, all late to the party to be Team AM Sports Media. Greg and Jason are amongst the very best and legit dudes in all of YTBC. That is an amazing statement. Thank you, HLD.
So shut his old ass up. You don't know shit. Shut up.
Yo, you wildin', man.
All right, man. What were we about to transition to? Somebody. Oh no, the boxing source is on the building. What's up?
Boxing source. Yeah.
Yo, what up? Yeah.
What's going on, man?
Off, hit the like.
What's up, boxing source?
Your man, Sports Media. What's happening? 2 cents. Second, I'm surprised that Greg didn't wear an FSU shirt that counted that Miami Hurricanes shirt that Jason got on. But hey,
I'm saying, and you know what? He's wearing that monkey shit every chance he gets, so people can talk about it.
What?
Fuck him and fuck Miami.
Okay, T.O.
Go ahead.
Okay, T.O. Monkey
Right,
shit,
man.
T.O.
I'm an FSU dude, and I'm not hating like that.
I'm not hating.
He's like,
but
fuck you,
hold on.
you, and fuck you. Who's next?
No. Yeah. Hold on. So, there's a difference. You're an FSU fan. I'm appreciative of you. I'm an FSU fan from Florida that actually went to FSU. We hate Miami, and we hate them to the day we fucking die. Now, go ahead.
Right. Now, y'all talking about this whole thing with Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis. My thing is, you got Oscar De La Hoya talking it's 60-40 and all this type of stuff. You got Vergil Ortiz's manager talking about 60-40 and all this type of stuff, right?
10 million too.
Yeah, that whole 10 million too with Vergil Ortiz's manager. My thing is this: if y'all are talking about all this stuff here with Vergil Ortiz Jr., y'all are Golden Boy Promotions. Why aren't you the ones putting up the money for Vergil Ortiz Jr. to fight Jaron Boots Ennis? Because it's not going to be Matchroom's responsibility to put up that money. Mm-hmm. And it looks like y'all trying to bank on the zone to put up that money. They're not going to do that for this type of fight because they don't think that they're going to get the returns for it. So my thing is, why aren't you the ones putting up the money behind your fighter to face Boots Ennis? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
It's a great question.
Because
hey man,
they got no confidence.
Boxing source, where did the money come from the last two times?
Look, if I'm not mistaken, Boots was the one that signed with Matchroom, and he got the minimum that he gets for his fight. So for Matchroom, they're the ones that have to worry about Boots' purse when he fights these fighters, regardless of it's Kieran again in a rematch or who he fought last and everything like that. They're the ones that put up that money. So they're the ones that would have to, either take the profits or take the damages for putting those events up. But if you want to make a fight of this particular magnitude, why isn't it that Golden Boy is putting up the money for Vergil Ortiz Jr. to fight Boots Ennis? That's just what I want to know.
Hey, when I knew this fight wasn't going to happen because Robert Garcia, he be on that pro box with Paulie Maggiano and all that. And before Boots fought Stanionis, he picked Stanionis to start Boots late. And then he seen what Boots did to Stanionis, the guy that they were making out to be this big. Remember when Virgil was going to fight him, he was supposed to be this tough dude. And then all of a sudden, their energy changed after that. Jesse Roberts did.
Well, I mean, you had how many times that fight, ended up being rescheduled and ultimately canceled between Vergil Ortiz and Stanionis? Like 3 times,
no,
right?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying before he got sick, they were making Stanionis out to be this monster. And then when Boots was gonna fight Stanionis, Robert was on the pro box with Paulie Maggiano and them saying that that Stanionis would stop him late. And then at the night, I watched the night after that fight, he looked like he didn't know what to say. How Boots did that to him.
Yeah, when it's your fighter, you want to boost him up that you're facing a guy, but when he's facing somebody else and ends up losing, then it's like, okay, nothing. That's kind of like how the game goes. But as I was saying with Vergil Ortiz and his resume in his past, he's an interim champion. Not a full champion, never been a full champion. And and the thing about it is, I know that you had this whole thing with Sebastian Fundora and Keith Thurman, and they talked about the fight, and we talked about it on Discord and everything, right? My question also to Vergil Ortiz's team is this: if you have been the WBC interim champion since 2024, when you won, that fight it's been a couple of years ago, why haven't you enforced the mandatory after you defeated Erickson Lucan?
He did the same thing at 147. He wouldn't enforce the mandatory.
At 147, I don't even think he really enforced that mandatory either, because he was the WBO #1 contender when
for 2 years
held the belt.
2 years. They never tried to enforce it.
All of a sudden, they said, you know what? I'm all right. Even though Vergil Ortiz beat one of Crawford's guys in Texas.
Marjamar.
But, yeah, yep. So,
but hold on. So let me ask you, Boxer Source.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you. So are you? I just want to make sure I'm clear. You're blaming Oscar, right? Not necessarily Virgil.
Well, I'm blaming Oscar more than Virgil.
Okay.
Because Oscar's been in the game for a very long time, and Oscar has had fights done with, multiple promotional companies, including Matchroom. My thing is that if you got a guy, and Vergil Ortiz is supposed to be one of your flaggers for your Golden Boy promotions, why aren't you putting the investment towards Vergil Ortiz Jr., who's actually been your most consistent fighter, so to speak, at that level, to say, hey, okay, I'm going to put up this amount of money for my guy to face Jaron Boots Ennis, and just have Matchroom handle their end of the deal. If y'all want 50-50, cool. Put up $5 million and have Matchroom put up $5 million, and there you go. You pretty much solved the issue right there.
Yeah.
Virgil has no confidence he can beat him. Not Virgil. El De La Hoya. That's why they're not going to put up that much.
Because it's a bad style matchup.
It's a bad style matchup. I hate it for my boy Virgil too, man. Because
say it again, Greg. Say it one more time for the Masters. What type of matchup is it?
Kiss my ass.
It's a terrible style matchup. But what about this, y'all? How come nobody is saying Virgil need a belt? He needs to fight a champion. Nobody's saying that. Why Virgil don't need to get a belt and fight a champion? Why Virgil don't need to get a belt?
Hey, what are you trying to imply to, Cent? Because it sounds like you're trying to say there's some type of racial double standard or something.
No, I'm pointing out the double standard for all the Boots haters, Greg. Remember when Boots need to get a belt. Boots need to unify. Boots belt. He need to fight a champion. Blah, 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 blah.
No. Those not Boots haters. Those are Terrence Crawford nut tuggers. They don't misconstrue.
Whoa.
I told you the name was going to come up.
I didn't bring it up.
Boots needed to be undefeated to fight Terrence. Undisputed to fight Terrence Crawford.
Hold on. That's not Terrence Crawford hate. I'm talking about his fans. I'm talking about his fans. That was not derogative towards Terrence Crawford.
Oh, no, anything but a Johnson bounce is derogative towards Terrence Crawford. Anything short of that is a negative statement.
Good Lord, man. I can't say nothing. The guy down the street from Terrence Crawford, man, he's a bad guy. See? You hate Crawford.
Crawford, I am the belt.
Well, why we gotta say all that? You come up here, Johnson bouncing on Boots. What's the difference?
Who?
No, I didn't come up here, Johnson bouncing on Boots. I was actually talking about Virgil.
Crawford's retired, man. We got to talk about the guys who are boxing, man.
Yeah, we talking about Virgil right now. We talking about Virgil and Boots. It's still there.
Yeah.
They're just saying that 2 cents is a Johnson bouncer for Virgil. 2 cents to that, you say what?
I'm a what?
They are saying that contrary to your belief, you are actually a Johnson bouncer. It's just for a different Johnson in Jaron Boots Ennis. To that, you say what?
Oh, Greg, you can't say that to me. I've been said when Crawford was fighting, he should have fought Boots.
I just speaking facts.
I was never on that tip.
Yeah, I'm just talking to because 2 cents is just addressing what people are saying.
But on the other hand, I do say Crawford is the man. You got to give him that.
No. We done with Crawford.
Crawford is retired.
He's retired.
But he hasn't retired. I agree. So let's let it go.
Yeah. We talk about Shelton Moore shot directly to my girl, 2 cent. So she responded. She's saying that she's just speaking facts, but then they're going to say that they're just speaking facts. So what I want
what
2
she
Cent to
said
delineate.
was true though.
Yeah, 2 Cent delineate between Johnson bouncing, which they believe you're doing, and what they really do, which is Johnson bouncing. We're not going to say his name. Delineate between the two.
It's just when you can't even acknowledge a fact. That's part of it. The Bud buddies can't even acknowledge facts.
No.
That's why we having a problem with the Boots conversation, because folks can't acknowledge facts.
No, let's not talk about him. No, I don't want to talk about him no more. No, let's not bring him up. Just so you just feel that the way that you're speaking facts, and that if something is obviously, or maybe even it can be.
Let me tell you, the way that I am speaking, I am stating the facts.
Canelo used to do the same thing too. He used to tell guys they need to go get a belt.
That I have been hearing for so long to this situation. And so when you apply that logic to the situation and it goes against what they're trying to say and the narrative they're trying to push, then they have a problem with it. But this is their logic. The logic is you should be trying to pursue belts and championships. Is that not right or wrong? Right?
I don't care about belts and championships. I care about fights. But go ahead.
I don't either, Greg. I care about matchups. However, this is their logic. So if that's the logic, because that's what Boots needed to do. Boots needed to get a belt. Boots needed to unify. Boots needed to fight a champion. That was the logic. So I'm just asking why that logic doesn't apply to Vergil Ortiz, because Virgil was in the 147-pound division, never been a champion. Now, I can acknowledge that might have not been his fault per se, because you had Bud and Spence doing whatever they was doing, tying up the belts. So now we're at the 50. He's at the 54 division. He's been there. He's had a couple of fights. At what point is Virgil going to fight a champion? At what point is Virgil going to try to get a belt? That's my question.
No. I think
2 cents. It's all over boxing, because we looked at the Monster Anyway just fought, and they caught him double wrapping his hands. If that was a black fighter, it would have been on. They would have been talking about it on every boxing. You know what I'm saying? All the them people would have been talking.
I know we're not supposed to bring him up, but they got Terrence Crawford on tape double stacking his hands.
Yeah, no more Crawford.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, let's get 714. He just called in. 714. Let me ask you, where's Fullerton, California? Is that near LA?
Yeah, Orange County, like Huntington Beach.
Okay, gotcha. What's going on, man? What you got for us?
What's up, man? It's pound for pound from Twitter, man. I don't know if y'all follow my page.
Oh, I know. Yeah. What's up?
Yeah. You if I'm correct, what's up, y'all? You posted the Brian Norman Sr. video or interview that I did, that clip, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm a fan of the channel, man. Huge supporter.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
I just want to give y'all a little update, man, from the boot side of things. I'll be in contact with Jamil from YSM pretty much every day.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to give y'all just a little bit update. Nothing confirmed, but just a little update. Oscar De La Hoya has actually been talking to Fundora's team and Errol Spence. There's a real offer out there for Virgil to fight Errol. It's real. It's been confirmed. Errol hasn't jumped on it, but they actually have been speaking with PBC and Errol's team, Adrian Clark, who's Errol's manager. That offer is real. I don't know if y'all remember when the report dropped that Golden Boy and Matchroom had a 6-hour talk in the zone about the Vergil Ortiz Boots fight. Yeah, that same day, they had another 2-3 hour talk with PBC to make the Fundora fight as well. So when Oscar is talking about Fundora as a potential opponent and Errol as a potential opponent, he's not just blowing smoke. It's real. They've been having real conversations. That's the first point of order.
You gonna yank the Thurman fight from him?
Oh yeah, what happened to Thurman?
Goes to 2 cents point. Virgil still ain't fought a champion. Earl ain't no champion.
Yep. And then the second point of order is that pay attention to that Bachram and that Josh Kelly fight. This is confirmed information. Y'all can take this to the bank. If Josh Kelly beats Bachram, expect Eddie Hearn to make that fight with Boots next. If Josh Kelly wins, not in America, but over there in the UK. So everyone's saying that Eddie and Boots don't have a backup plan, and Team Ortiz.
Yeah.
has,
So what about Bachram? Is he gonna fight Bachram?
Pound for pound.
Yo, whoa.
Did you hold on? Did you make a post earlier about the options that Boots had, not just with this Josh Kelly and Bachram situation, but also with the unification fight that's taking place on January 31st?
No, I didn't make an official post. I just was responding to people saying that Jaron doesn't have any other options if the fight if the fight falls through. But that's not the case. Eddie Hearn and Matchroom are heavily invested in Josh Kelly winning against Bachram in a couple weeks. And if Josh Kelly is victorious, if he wins, expect Eddie, Boots and Josh to fight over there in UK.
Yeah,
what if Bachram wins? Boots ain't gonna go after him?
Now, from what I've been hearing, if Bachram does win, Eddie wouldn't be too excited about it, only because financially that's not a big fight.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's not a big fight.
So
Bachram Eddie's not really interested. Correct. Yeah. So if Bachram does win, they're going to try to pivot to the Xander Zayas fight. But there also are rumors, this is unconfirmed, but it's rumors, that Xander may vacate both of the titles if he beats Abbas and go to 160. That's what I've been hearing. Not sure if it's true. But it has been circulated.
Because Xander Zaya's not fighting Boots. I can guarantee that.
You know what? I did see, what was it? Xander in the camp with, what was it? My God. That's also at middleweight, you know, and yeah, Xander is pretty, yeah, he's pretty much at that level, like around that 160 point, you know what I mean? So if he does
it's a lot of moving parts.
And
to sum everything up, it's a lot of moving parts in the next 2 weeks. On January 31st, we're going to find out exactly what options Eddie Hearn and Boots is going to go towards. So let's just kill that narrative that Team Ortiz has all the options and all these backup plans. That's not true.
That's Oscar the only one saying that. We ain't saying that.
I know who it is. I think he was in the camp with Troy Isley. Xander was. So,
yeah, he was. That was him.
Yeah, as far as like him potentially competing at middleweight, yeah, I could see that.
That's good info.
I mean, I think it's crazy to say that Ortiz is
front. Him being on the main events, it's not, you know, they don't necessarily get anything with it. So, like, Bachram winning doesn't do that much. That's similar to, you know, him fighting Josh Kelly right now. It's Matchroom that's hosting the fight, not main events, because main events don't have no money. It's
correct.
TV days. So
correct. So yeah, so I just want to hop on and tell y'all that, man. I'm a fan of the channel, AM Sports Media, man. You guys are killing it. I just want to hop on and give y'all some insight, man. I appreciate y'all, man. All love.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. That's good information.
Yes, sir.
Might actually do a video on that. That, you know, man, and what he's saying is making sense, because when you think about Errol and you think about Fundora, stylistically, they make sense as opponents for Virgil.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Makes perfect sense.
And they both
if he beats one of them and then don't fight Boots next, I don't even want his name on this channel, man.
And they both of those fights make a shit ton of money too.
Yeah, they do. Oh, the Errol Spence makes a ton of fucking money.
In Texas, that makes big money.
Yeah, we got my whack ass boy band up in the building.
In California, Virgil and Fundora makes big money. Out here in California.
The only problem with Virgil fighting somebody else is run around here crying for this fight all this time.
Wow, man, it's
Ben, what's up with your quarterback trying to take money and then trying to get money somewhere else?
Man, you already know, man. Seattle coming for it all. You already know, man. With the quarterback, I'm not gonna cap. I wasn't excited for the dude when he first came to the team, but hey, he showed up. He's done his thing. But we already know Seattle's a defensive team. We gonna win the ball. We just
I'm talking about in college, brother. Bro, check off $5 million in Washington, and then trying to leave and get $6 million at LSU.
Man, I don't know what's going on.
After he signed the contract.
Yeah, bro, I seen that shit, dog. But I don't know what's going on with UW, man. UW's it needs to fix a few pieces. I'm worried about their damn quarterback. The quarterback wasn't that damn special to me, and I was at a couple games this year. My damn self kind of pissed me off.
Patriots is playing tonight, man. You know I'm doing in Boston.
Oh, you said the Patriots play? Oh, man, you know, just for my mom like the Patriots. I just want to talk.
I'm Boston, man. I'm Patriots all day, man.
You feel you. For that ass whooping they finna take?
You said what?
I'll let you tell that one. We'll see next week when I'm talking about that win. We doing the same thing Greg's team's doing. I mean Jason's team's doing. We winning.
Like to hear that, Walt. Appreciate
You
that.
won't win tonight.
I like to hear that.
On our side, ain't nobody
Appreciate it.
fucking with us.
Hey, shut up, Greg. Stop hating, man.
Gonna throw like
Damn.
5 picks soon as the games get hard, man.
We coming for
You
it
know
all.
that boy Seattle quarterback gonna start throwing it to the other team soon as the playoffs. He do it everywhere he goes. He did it in Minnesota. He did it in Carolina. Soon as the playoffs come, he gonna throw it to the other team.
Hey, but you know what's crazy? What's scary though? We're out here. I get our quarterback. All you need to do is not throw picks and sustain. And we got it.
Stand up.
Man,
if y'all had a quarterback, nobody would beat you guys.
Look at. Oh yeah, I was so mad Seattle didn't pick Shador. They ended up picking Jalen Milroe. Anyway, man, I was so mad, man. How the hell you guys let that dude go by 5 rounds? Man, that could have been a quarterback for the future. Nonetheless, our defense is holding these offenses to less than what they even accustomed to. We out here holding people less than 160, 170.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey just had 23 yards. Like, come on now, man. We out here doing it. Can't nobody catch the ball. Can't nobody run the ball when it comes to town. But as far as this boxing talk, man, Jason and Greg, bro, I told you guys this. When that man sat there and called out Errol 15 minutes after he had Blue Top in, man, he's going to duck. Only person that's really going to be with it is probably Bakram. Whenever he gets into position to make himself position to fight Boots, he's probably going to be the one to really take the challenge. And Jamel's just going to price himself out. I feel like everybody else is going to duck that man until they absolutely have no option to, and they're going to lose. That's how I feel about how this 154 division is going to go. So all these people ducking Boots, and the next couple of conversations we're going to be having for the next couple of months, I'm already going to be of the notion that Cats is not going to really try to fight this guy. They can't figure him out. They waited for him to go to a different class, and he didn't show them nothing new. They got the same thing that they was looking at from when he was at 47. He went out there and destroyed that man in one round pretty much when he got to 54. So they ain't got no film on the man to dissect. They ain't got nothing to really go off of. It's the same thing, and he is a very hard skill to beat. You got to beat him at his own game, and not too many boxers really can do that.
Yeah, the Mexican style is not good against good fighters with a good movement and power. If you look at in the history of the sport, I mean, even when I was younger, man, it's like Mexicans, the first loss always came to athletic black fighters. The best Mexicans of all time, the first loss always came down to real good athletic black fighters. And
Even
that's
Julio
why you
Cesar
see
Chavez,
Ring
it
Magazine
should
and them
have
try to keep us out of there pound for pound because they know if the real pound for pound has at least 6 or 7 of us in there. So
come on,
yeah,
they're gonna keep dancing around this man. And I'm sorry to say, but can we stop talking about this damn Devin and Ryan shit? Like
yeah,
it is what it is at this point. We ain't gonna convince neither one of these fan bases. Either way it goes, Ostarine, no Ostarine, whatever. Nigga didn't keep his hands up. We all know that.
They just need to run it back.
Right.
Just run it back, right? They just need to run it back. That's it. Run it back.
I don't know if they will because, like I said, they were 3-3 in the amateurs. It's like I don't know. If Ryan wins this fight, he might get knocked out by Rolly, man. So it might never happen.
Devin better stay far away from Ryan.
Who?
I don't think he matches up well with Ryan either. That's why.
No, that's what I don't think so either.
His hand up, he wins that first fight though. That's the thing. He keep his hand up. He wins that first fight.
There's a reason why
he got knocked down 7 times.
Like I said, if
I tell anybody Ryan is going to
fighting the amateurs, he doesn't match up against.
People win that
go the rest of his career without running that fight back.
Say that again.
You actually think this kid can go the rest of his career? I'm talking about Haney, the Haney kid. He can go the whole rest of his career and not run that fight back?
No, he got to run it back.
If Ryan wins that belt, they're going to have to fight.
I mean, I was going to say, it depends on if Ryan keep losing. If Ryan keep losing, I don't see
Ryan might get knocked out, man.
I got Barrios. I got Barrios beating his ass.
Ryan might lose.
If he loses, great. But anyway, man, we got to go ahead and wrap this one up. Jay, we were supposed to go an hour, and we went 2.5.
Yeah, it's because of y'all.
You guys out here extending y'all longest lives. Look at you.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you
came on and made it run off the channel, man.
Greg, I have yet to. I always be like, I'm only gonna be on here an hour. I have yet to do an hour live stream.
It's
like
just
you just
Hey,
can't do
blessings,
it.
man.
Like
Blessings,
yeah.
y'all.
All right, blessings, man. They get to
All right,
going,
well,
and once they get to going, and the energy starts, it's like it's
mm.
just snowballs, just freaking snowballs.
All right, y'all.
But
Great show.
all right, appreciate it. Peace.
all right,
All right, guys.
Salute.
We'll be
Salute,
back
Brother
this
Brett.
week. All right, salute, man. We'll be back this week, and like we said, maybe we're gonna keep figuring out how we're gonna
Goodbye.
bring this content to you all. But yeah, until next time, peace.
peace.